What's up, everybody? It is the Marks on Media. I am still trying to connect to Rumble. Normally, that's the one that's good, but we are on Facebook. We are on Kick, it looks like. For some reason, what is up with Rumble? Okay, let me try it now. Streamer configuration. Okay. Hey, buddy. My male cat is wanting to get involved per usual. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Happy Superman trailer drop day. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. Now can we start? Boom. There we go. Rumble is connected. We're on Facebook this week. How's it going, everybody? This is Noah. Say hi, Noah. Get into frame. You're not in frame. There we go. Whoa. Knocked my aspirin down. Don't kick me off, bro. I just went through some frustration. Okie doke. How's it going, everybody? Let's see. We still live on Rumble. We are going to go over the Superman trailer first and foremost. I didn't have it on the lineup, but it's all good. I'm going to pull that up here in just a second. I want to make sure I get all the links out to everybody. Noah, yeah, say hi to my cat that loves to walk around while I'm doing stuff. Hey, bud. Yes. My dog is actually at the vet today, so I have my phone near me to get live updates from the wife. See what's going on. She's got allergies, we found out recently. Does anybody have an allergy dog? It's frustrating, I'll tell you. Come on, bud. Okay, what's everybody been up to? Anybody got Christmas plans? I got, let's see, dinner with the in-laws tomorrow. Or no, Saturday. Tomorrow I'm off. I'm going to see some lights with the wife. Enjoying Christmas that way. It's one of our final things. Hey, no bite. One of our final Christmas light things for the year tomorrow. In-laws Friday, and then let's see. Saturday. Gosh, I can't. I'm trying to do multiple things at once, and then just hanging out at home for Christmas itself. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So that'll be nice. I did the same thing on Thanksgiving. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving? I had a marvelous Thanksgiving. We already talked about that, but all right. Everybody's just talking about the Superman stuff, and it is big. It's awesome. Hey, no trying to eat Daddy's headphones. Oh, we got everything up, live streaming. Yep. Okay. All right. So. Please use keyframe free with... Oh my gosh. I hate everything and everyone. Alright. But let's get into the Superman stuff here. I'm going to watch some of this with y'all. Oh, nope, wrong program. God dang it. Nothing is going correct. Nothing is going right for me today. It is early. I am overheated wearing this freaking cardigan, but I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I just got it yesterday. Wanting to show it off. I don't usually wear cardigans, but here we are. Noah wears sweaters every day. That's his normal look. Alright. Pull up Superman. Here we go. I can't watch the whole thing. Or I'll watch bits and pieces of it with you. I have to keep pausing it for legal reasons, but We're in the snow, Fortress of Solitude. I don't know how to fix that. Alright, anyway. So far, so good. Everybody was just crapping on this. I'll get to some of the negative reactions here shortly. Superman, looking good. He's in the undies. The boots are a little puffy looking, but not bad. He's got the James Gunn, like, brighter kind of look. The hair is a little wonky. Daily Planet looks good. Everything, I don't know. Everything looks good to me so far. David Cornsweet, if you're not going to have Henry Cavill, you're going to go for a younger guy. David Cornsweet is it. Lois Lane actually looks like Lois Lane. Blah, blah, blah. Touching himself. That's the only one. That is Pa Kent. No. Jonathan Kent. I like that guy as an actor, but what the hell? That was the one acting choice I was like, why? Whistling, I kind of knew what he was doing because we've seen the promotional stuff. That's my dog coming through the snow right there. Crypto. Yeah. Crypto looks like Crypto. Everything looks pretty good so far. He saves a kid from an explosion. Here's the part a lot of people were excited about when we were going to get this introduction. There he is. I always forget that guy's name. I feel terrible. He's another one. He's an awesome actor. He was Beast. He was in Mad Max Fury Road. He's in a bunch of stuff, but he's a fantastic actor. Perfect as Lex Luthor. Look at that. He's going to put himself into it. He's actually going to care about the role. Awesome stuff. So, and then Superman punching through glass. This is cool in some country. I'm not even going to guess the location there, but war is going on. He's wanting Superman to save him. But then back at home, boo, Superman. People are mad at him for something stupid because people are always mad at Superman nowadays. Stag Industries. There we go. There's Guy Gardner. Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern. One of the Green Lanterns, obviously. There's multiple, but I recently had a video about them casting Hal Jordan. I'm going to do really bad on actor names today. They're all kind of blanking on me. But, I don't know. People were split on that one. I think Nathan Fillion is great as Guy Gardner. I like the guy they got to be Hal Jordan so far. Come on now. Hawk Girl. And whatever. It's a James Gunn movie, so you've always got to have some big giant monster thing. Yeah. It looked fine, about as fine as it's gonna look. There he's kissing Lois. They get in, they're getting hot and bothered and all that, and good for them. Is he upset over a robot dying? I'm assuming it'll make sense in the movie. There's the Fortress of Solitude coming up. What the F was that thing? I guess we'll find out. Lex, Boravian troops amassing at border. Boravian? Okay. Superman literally pushing a building up. Hell yeah, that's old school soups right there. In a football field. I forget that character's name, but he looks awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for all this. Sometimes you can say, it might be a little bit too much. There's some of the old Superman cheesiness right there with Lois Lane kissing and hugging and flying and all that. Cool. Some people had a lot of issues with like the color grading and crap that we'll get into here in a moment. But, man, David Cornsweet is just a big-ass dude. I saw him in Twisters. And I'm like, oh, it's the new Superman. He's a big mofo. July 11th. I want to be in theaters for that one. I do. Ooh. All right, so that does it for that. I'm gonna pull up some of the what people are saying because people are just like spurging out over it on the twits or X, whatever you want to call it, and all the usual suspects that touch themselves to Zack Snyder are big mad. Dude, I loved Man of Steel. I'll say that right now. A lot of people crapped on it. I loved it. I loved Henry Cavill as Superman. I feel like his universe, his DCEU could have been fun, but, I don't know. It was okay. It was different. But this looks fine. This looks great. I don't have a problem with it. Look at $80 million movie versus $360 million movie. Are they trying to say this looks bad while this looks great? Not really comparable. Me, if I see Soups show up in the movie, my night is ruined. What? Okay. I don't get it. Y'all know the shot is coming. I mean, maybe? That's what everyone is now. Look at that. They got Soups to hit the Yamcha pose. Yeah, that's kind of funny. It's so sad Soups keeps forgetting that he has a very low ceiling fan above where he sits. Okay. Is that guy or whatever? I can't breathe, Soups. Okay, so some people are excited. No clue if this is any good, but this guy beaning Soups with a beer can made me laugh. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Is that a beer can? Okay, I don't know. Oh, is Soups like a dude? Okay, because most people are using this to talk about actual, like, Superman. Thank you for releasing The Flash Part 2, James. The Hamandaverse lives on. Okay. A couple of people making the Yamcha connection. Breathes in. That's fear. Okay, anyway. And then they've been sharing stuff about Jesse Eisenberg, saying he was a bad choice for Lex Luthor, but what are you going to do? Say no? My favorite part of the new Superman teaser is the old guy who chucks frozen orange juice at Soup's head. Yeah, okay, that's not a beer can. Just imagine how mad that dude had to be to literally throw away $3.50 like that. Yeah. I guess we could check in. What are some of the comments like, huh? What are some of the comments like on the TYBW? I'm a little excited to see that. Let's go back to YouTube, shall we? Got to bring up that trailer again. Here we go. Because I like it. A lot of people are saying it looks, the color grading's off. It looks like a CW show. Is it going to be corny? I kind of hope so. That is Superman. Superman's old. That was people's gripe with Man of Steel. Oh my god, it's not comic book accurate. It's not corny enough. It's too dark. Now they give us this, and oh my god, it looks like a CW show. The color grading is it's too bright. Oh my god, it looks corny. Like, good grief. What is with people making this reference? I love how the first peek that we ever get of the new Superman is the Yamcha pose. Every time someone liked my comment, I'll watch it again. What the hell? When I was 12, my mom took me to see the original Superman film. We were both big fans. I'm 58 now. This trailer made me feel like I was 12 again. I wish my mom was still here to feel this with me. This looks incredible. Their pictures of the Captain America shield. So I had a tear for listening to the music. I had to grow up with these comics as a kid. Blah 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 blah. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's a dog. Batman, do you bleed? Superman, apparently yes. Okay, that one was funny. Whoever decided to give Superman Yamcha pose is a man of culture. Well, probably James Gunn. Let's see. Superman getting Yamcha'd in the first 10 seconds. My God. Getting Superman trailer a week before Christmas feels surreal. Throwing a can at someone who can fold you like a tissue paper is wild. Bro got the Yamcha pose. That Superman chant towards the end of the trailer gave me chills. There's just something so nostalgic and heartwarming about Superman and what he represents. Him saving the little girl at the beginning, that's Superman. Yeah, and it goes on and on. So, a lot of positive comments on this. Let's see how many thumbs up so far. Let's see. 4.6. Oh, that's subscribers. What am I looking at? Okay, 1 million views. 1,116,103 views in just 2 hours. Got 407,000 likes. I'm not going to show you this, but I'm kind of curious to see how many downvotes it got, because Twitter, like, X is not real life, people. People just be crying on the internet, and I have complained on the internet too. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Okay. 406,000 likes, 17,000 dislikes, 49,000 comments. All in all, so far, it's only been a couple hours. So far, so good, man. I'm here for it. Oh, my wife has to work Christmas Eve. Okay, skip that. But all in all, I'm excited for Superman. Are you guys? You guys hyped? I am. I'm excited for it. Let's move on to the stories, shall we? Speaking of upcoming movies, we've got Deadline. It's a preview for, the box office for Christmas weekend here. Kind of weird. Christmas is in the middle of the week this time around, and it just feels weird because, I kind of like it because, on one hand, I don't get the day off, which or no, excuse me, I do get the day off. Scratch that. I get the day off of work. On the other hand, it's just kind of weird timing. I don't know. I kind of like Christmas on the weekend, but that's just me. I would get the day off regardless, because then they'd give me a Friday or a Monday off. Well, in this case, Friday and Monday. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 to outrun Mufasa stateside, but Lion will roar $180 million in global opening box office preview. I have not seen Sonic 2 yet. I'm going to have to do that soon. I am hyped for it. The new one looks great. The Knuckles show looks good. Apparently they're going to do a spin-off shadow movie, mini-movie, whatever. I'm hyped about that. After the Thanksgiving duel between two female-driven movies, Moana 2 and Wicked, yeah, Gladiator wasn't in the discussion. The holdovers will give way to Christmas's two big tentpoles: Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Disney's prequel Mufasa the Lion King. Given the teenage boy and Game Boy rage, okay, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will upset Mufasa in its domestic opening with high $50 million to $60 million. Some rivals even believe that there's a greater gap between the two, well north of $10 million. However, it is in its global debut, Mufasa is king at $108 million. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 won't begin its overseas rollout until Christmas Day. Sucks for them. Mufasa and Moana 2, in its fourth weekend, are after the same young female audience. Is Mufasa after a female audience? Is it? I mean, I think it's after both, but Moana 2 is expected to decline by about 50% to $12 million. Wicked's fifth weekend is also expected to be around $12 million. Man, it's still pulling that in. Good grief. Oh, good lord. More J.K. Rowling news. Sorry, I just wanted to check to see what the hell that is. This weekend, Mufasa begins its run in major markets, including France and Korea, then adds Germany, Italy, Australia, Brazil, and Mexico on Thursday, with Spain and the UK, China, and Japan joining on Friday. All in $130 million, plus abroad, with room for upside on the movie from Oscar-winning filmmaker Barry Jenkins. And blah, 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 blah. They're basically going to tell how awesome it is. Here in the States, the movie will play at 4,000 theaters, including 400 IMAX and 2,300 3D screens. PLFs will be shared with Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Previews start Thursday at 2 p.m. Mufasa already has $7 million in advance ticket sales. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is pacing ahead of that this weekend. Advanced sales pick up from Christmas onward. Women of all ages are the target demo of Mufasa. Why? Well, Paramount has the 17 to 34 crowd, teens and boys 6 to 10. Yeah, Sonic 3 is playing at 3,800 domestic theaters, with the first shows at 3 p.m. Thursday for an opening day fan event, followed by 5 p.m. shows nationwide. Yeah, so and then it goes on talking about what the Lion King did and blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Christmas box office is like Wonka, $71 million at today's rate in like for likes. And Jumanji, The Next Level, $122.8 million, as well as the May 2019 release of Aladdin, $115.3 million. Yeah, so it's going to do really well. You've got those to look forward to. I feel like both, like Mufasa, I feel like plays to boys and girls. Because as a kid, Lion King was my second favorite Disney movie. It was the first movie that I actually went to see in theaters when I was a kid. My mom took me, and I had to like sit on the edge of the seat to keep it from folding up on me, because I was so small. And Aladdin ended up becoming, when that came out, that was my favorite Disney movie. I freaking loved that thing. Loved Aladdin. Because, most of Lion King was centered around, like, Simba and whatever, but Nala was in there, and I loved it. Aladdin was, like, the first one with, like, a male protagonist that was, like, the main focus, where the Disney princess was, like, a side character. And I don't know. I guess that spoke to me. I just thought Aladdin was a cool character. But both of those films were really cool growing up. But I feel like Lion King speaks to boys and girls, and Mufasa will too. But it's more like, do people really care that much about Lion King anymore? I guess we'll find out. It looks like they do. Whatever. Still squeezing blood from a turnip there with their old properties. They're just going to keep milking them for all they're worth. I get it. So there you go. But either way, that's what you got coming up this weekend. I know my Sonic does not play to girls at all. Just like anecdotally, my wife has never given she loves not Steven Spielberg. Gosh, Jim Carrey. Why did I go to Steven Spielberg? She loves Jim Carrey. She loves the guy who voices Sonic and whatever, and she loves gaming, but she just doesn't care about Sonic the Hedgehog. She didn't grow up with Sonic the Hedgehog. She just doesn't care, even though I told her it's a good movie. So she just isn't watching those with me. She wouldn't care if they were in theaters. But we did go see the Mario movie in theaters. So I don't know. Sonic is just not a girl brand, I guess. Not saying that girls, like, no girls care. It's just not a girl brand that they really give a crap about. So, all right. This next story from Variety. Sorry, texting with my wife at the vet, seeing what's going on. Variety here. Speaking of upcoming stuff with movies, man, what is? I'm gonna see if I can fix it, because like there's some lag. There's some for sure lag going on. Oh, here we go. Maybe? Mm. Maybe that'll... I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can get some help here. If I need a producer who knows this stuff better than I do, because honestly, I'm a one man show here, quite obviously, and some of this is just meh. Either way, Oscar shortlist announced on 10 categories. Amelia Perez and Wicked lead the charge. Strong showings for Dune 2 and Gladiator 2. Among the snubs are John Batiste's score for Saturday Night and Shutout for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I wonder why. There is another big snub that I'm going to talk about here in this one, but I'll get to it. If the Oscars shortlist is the equivalent of midterm exams for award contenders, then Netflix's Amelia Perez and Universal Pictures' Wicked just received passing grades. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences has announced the shortlist in 10 categories for the upcoming 97th Oscar ceremony. Are they going to show the list, or are they just going to tell... Okay, here we go. It's good that they put this up here as the very first one, because this is actually what I wanted to talk about. Documentary feature. What the F is the BB Files is about Benjamin Netanyahu because Jews bad, and people are just so hot and bothered by everything going on over there right now. They just want to... They love this kind of stuff. This is right up the political alley of them. Same thing. I don't know what the Black Box Diaries is. Dahomey, Daughters, Eno, Frida, Hollywood Gate. Okay, No Other Land, Porcelain War, Queendom, The Remarkable Life of Evelyn. Okay, soundtrack to a coup d'etat, and Sugarcane, Union, and Will and Harper. The only ones I kind of know about Union, about them going in and messing with Amazon so that your packages cost slightly more and nothing really changes for Amazon workers. And then Will and Harper is that one where Will and his little buddy go across America asking people how they feel about Trounced, and it just dumb. But let me ask all of you, why the hell, can you give me a legitimate reason why Am I Racist is not on here? I just, I want an actual reason past, just, I hate Matt Walsh, or I hate the Daily Wire, or something like that. I need a legitimate reason why the number one grossing documentary film in the past, 15 years is not on this list. Completely shut out. Not even in the list of the top 15. No one has ever watched Will and Harper. No one has ever watched most of these. I guarantee you. But somehow these still exist on this list. National Geographic documentary. Yeah, okay. What the hell is Kino Lorber? I recognize some of these production companies. Some of these are probably foreign or whatever. Amazon MGM, Mubi. Oh, God. It just doesn't make any legitimate sense why you wouldn't. You don't have to award it. I'm not saying you have to give it the award. It probably deserves it, but if you're going to put transformative documentary films on there that have made money, people know what it is, they've actually seen it, then at least give it a freaking nod. Put it on the list. Nominate it. Again, all these people going on about like the awards on there, like you can hate the people who make the movie all you want, but it's literally Hollywood saying if you have the wrong politics, you don't get to play in our games. And these awards have been stupid for, I don't know, almost going on 20 years now. Every once in a while you'll get a nomination or a winner where you're like, oh, okay, you actually deserve it. But most of these, like I said, who the hell has heard of half of those documentaries? Trying to get to a category that I actually care about. Obviously, all these, like, in the grand scheme of things, are important. Let's see. Get to... All right, visual effects. Alien Romulus, sure. Better Man, never watched it, but I know what it is. Civil War, never watched it, know what it is. Deadpool and Wolverine, still need to watch it. Dune Part 2, yes. Gladiator 2, hoping to watch that very soon. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Crap, I got that in my queue. I completely forgot that was a thing. I need to watch it. Mufasa, the Lion King, coming in just under the wire. Twisters, yeah, belongs on there. Wicked, sure. I don't think it should win, but sure. I don't think it should win just because, like, it's obvious CGI and a lot of stuff. And, I mean, that's what it's going to be. But, I don't know. When it's too obvious, I just don't like it. Original score, whatever. Original song. Yeah, most of these I haven't watched, don't care about. Short films, the animated short films. Live action short films. All right, and that's the end of it. Okay. But yeah, so there you go. The Oscars are a joke yet again. But at least they're not super white. I mean, that's all that really matters, right? As long as the Oscars aren't super duper white, and some women, at least 50% women get nominated for everything, even Best Male Actor. You know, that's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things, right? Right. As I take a sip out of my Lord of the Rings glass, because I am that freaking nerdy. Merry Christmas, by the way, to everybody out there. I'm not sure. Happy Hanukkah, whatever, if you celebrate that. But I'm not leaving out any Jewish viewers if I have any. Happy Hanukkah. I know. I don't remember when does Hanukkah actually start this year. Curious. Oh, okay. So you guys are lucky. First day of Hanukkah starts on Christmas night, I guess. Sir, the reason I say that is because my buddy Greg, when he was alive, had a Jewish friend that would always, he loved Christmas, not because he celebrated it, but because obviously for Christmas the majority of not even just Christians, but anybody who's like, I notice if you're like secular, you still celebrate Christmas. You're not celebrating Hanukkah. You have to be Jewish to celebrate Hanukkah. You can be whatever the F and be like, oh yeah, I celebrate Christmas, but I say happy holidays because that makes sense. And I put up a tree, I put up a holiday tree. Like, what holiday are you celebrating, weirdo? If I was the supreme ruler of, master and ruler of the world, any Sid fans out there would get that. Anyway, if I was the supreme ruler of the world, if you are not an active Christian, you don't get to celebrate Christmas. Damn it! Take down all your decorations, your tree. You don't no gifts. You don't get to make up your own holiday. Maybe I'm just feeling grumpy today. Maybe, I don't know, but I am feeling the Christmas cheer a wee bit. I'm excited, but Anyway, next story here. We're still in movies, man. Okay, here we go. I saw this. I just was curious. This was another one. I have not seen Black Panther 2. It looked really bad, and I heard some not good things about it. I really I never did finish before I get into this. Sorry. Not that it's important. The reason my friend Greg's Jewish buddy was so like he loved Christmas so much was because he's a basketball fan, and there would be a game on Christmas, and most not Jewish, most Christians and secularists don't usually go out on Christmas. They stay home, which means it's open for him. But with Christmas being on, or with Hanukkah starting, Jewish holidays, for people that don't know, like start, and I only recently found this out in the last couple of years, they start at like sundown the day before, whatever, and it's like sundown to sundown is the holiday. So Hanukkah, if like starts that night, and if you're like a real religious Jew, you don't really, a lot of them, some of them don't use electronics. Like I follow Master of TDS on Twitter or X, whatever. He's like that. He completely shuts down all electronics on like on a Friday night. Well, that's for the Sabbath, but he shuts down on Friday night, and then he is back like Saturday night. So that's what he does. Oh my gosh. I just now checked the Facebook stream. It is going. All right, before I want to make sure I pass the thing around here real quick. I don't think I did. Did I pass the link? I didn't. Damn it. Well, that would explain some of it. Yeah, I am out of it today. I was feeling good. I'm like, man, I got everything ready early. I'm going to stream. I am going to stream Monday, by the way. I'm not going to do like I did last time when I had like the whole week off. I'm not going to stream like 2-3 days in a row. Just not going to happen. I'm going to do today, and then I'm going to wait till Monday. It'll probably be a shorter stream, and then I might do what are the dates? I think I'm going to do Monday 2 weeks in a row. Monday and Monday. Yep, okay. So I'll do the 23rd and the 30th. That'll give me a whole week to prepare. I also got a new video dropping on Monday. If people haven't seen, I had a new video that came out on Monday. I'm keeping it kind of low because I was trying to gather topics for this show. But this past Monday, I dropped a video, the real movie villains we don't hate enough. And I specify in there, they're not really villains per se, but they're not good people in movies. But there's like one on the list that's like, oh yeah, we're supposed to hate them for sure. The rest of them, it was like, nah. And then Monday, I've got coming Monday, I've got a video dropping that I'm not going to tell you the exact name of it right now, but it's basically like the biggest movie plot holes that are going to like kill a movie for you. And it's ones that some of them have been talked about in the past. One of them has been like a real thing with me for years. I brought up it, and these are all movies I love, by the way. I'm not crapping on these films, but they have obvious gigantic plot holes that nobody addresses. But I'm gonna do a couple of lists. This past one in Monday's video, I did not rank. I just kind of slapped them up there. Mondays will be ranked, and then the next Mondays will be ranked as well. It's like the most annoying and insufferable TV characters. And they're not like villains. They're just terrible TV characters that we should hate. And I'm not saying they're completely irredeemable. Some of them are, but they're just like, they're not like bad, terrible people. They're just really annoying, and they don't really add much. Or not that they don't add much. they keep the show going. They're just really annoying, and it's like, why are we supposed to like these people? Why do they have friends in these fake universes? It doesn't. If this was a real person, nobody would hang out with them ever. But getting to this, as I mentioned, I did not watch the second Black Panther movie. I have Disney Plus, so I can literally watch it whenever the hell I want. I just choose not to. It looks boo-boo. It looks booty. I liked the first one. That was an argument, not like a strong argument, but a disagreement, I should say, between me and my old co-host Greg, that passed away. He loved Marvel, but he thought Black Panther was just kind of mid. I loved it. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. It was one of my... I mean, it had some issues, don't get me wrong. But all in all, I like the acting, the actors, I like the story. It was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. And I like Black Panther as a character. The second one looked like trash. And I was really upset because I liked Namor. And they completely butchered him. Namor. Like, shut the F up. But I was curious about this one. Black Panther 3 confirmed by Marvel Studios in bittersweet announcement. Is it really, like, are they saying, like, it's the last one? Is that why? Oh, wait, no. Announced that Nate Moore is departing. Okay, well, let's read on. Black Panther 3 has officially been confirmed by Marvel Studios, but the announcement comes with a bittersweet update for the studio itself. According to Deadline, longtime Marvel executive Nate Moore, who was a producer on Black Panther, as well as various other Marvel projects, including Eternals and the upcoming Captain America Brave New World, is leaving the studio to pursue producing outside of Marvel next year. Aw, darn it. In a statement, Kevin Feige and Louis Despacito praised Moore's work for the studio, but also revealed that while Moore is moving on, his connection to Marvel isn't done just yet, as they will be working with him for the next Black Panther film. Oh, well, thank God. Quote, Nate is a fantastic executive and colleague, as well as a wonderful friend to all of us here at Marvel Studios. The statement reads, quote, he has been a core member of our team since 2010, and his influence will continue to reverberate in our storytelling. Although we'll miss him a great deal, we look forward to watching what he does next, while also having the good fortune to working with him in a new way on our new Black Panther movie. Moore himself also confirmed a return to Wakanda for a third installment of Black Panther, noting in his own statement that he's excited to apply what he has learned at Marvel beyond the comic book genre. And there's a statement from him, don't care. The announcement of Moore's departure from Marvel Studios, which is expected to take place sometime in early 2025, serves as the first official confirmation of Black Panther 3, which has been expected since the release of Black Panther Wakanda Forever back in 2022. While fans have assumed that a third film in the Black Panther franchise was a given, fans have largely only gotten rumors about the project, though last month Gladiator 2 star Denzel Washington revealed that he will appear in the film. I might have to watch now, with a role specifically written for him by Ryan Coogler. That revelation came during an appearance on Australia's Today Show, and quickly resulted in Washington having to reach out to Coogler for premature revealing details about the project. Fortunately, according to Washington, Coogler was okay with Washington's slip. Yeah, I mean, it's Denzel Washington. You get some leeway. Oh no, you revealed some stuff. Well, we got to kick Denzel Washington out of the movie now that everybody knew was coming. What's it going to be about? Blah 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 blah. Don't care. Yeah, so Black Panther Trace. I mean, is anybody excited? Like I said, I'll watch it just because Denzel Washington's in it. That's pretty much the reason I'm going to watch, Gladiator 2. I have thought about giving The Equalizer a watch. I have not seen any of his Equalizer movies, but they look good. I've heard good things. Of course, the show, The Equalizer, is Queen Latifah, which, I mean, I guess if you're going to have a woman beating people up, Queen Latifah is not the worst choice. She is a big woman. Like, I don't mean like fat. I mean like stocky. Like she is a thick woman that looks like she could punch the hell out of you and knock you out. But either way, yeah, I don't know. Black Panther 3, Marvel Universe, like I just went through Superman and whatever, and I'm excited. Yeah, it's another start and stop, or excuse me, stop and start for the DC Universe. We've had just like for as many problems as Warner Bros. Because it's freaking Warner Bros. Has had with getting the DC Universe up off the freaking ground. I think it's going to be okay now. I think James Gunn is smart enough to get it going in the correct way. I haven't seen Creature Commandos yet. I want to. That's in the future. I've got it on my list on Max. I've been busy watching other things. I'm all caught up on Dune Prophecy. It's okay. It's a good show. It's interesting. Some backstory, whatever. But I don't know. I like Dune, but I'm not as invested in the Dune universe as I thought I would be. And it's like right up my alley. It's like Game of Thrones in space, basically, but with powers, like special powers. I don't know. I like I said, I like it. It's just I'm not like, if the show got canceled, I wouldn't be like, oh no, not Dune Prophecy. It's fine. But we're learning about the backstory of the Harkonnen and Atreides bloodline and why Paul Atreides has some Harkonnen blood in him and all that. At least I think that's where they're going with this. Dude, I was looking for this pain-relieving lotion for like ever. I've got a crick in my neck. I was looking all over, and I'm like, where the hell did it go? And I'm like, blaming myself. Internally, I'm blaming my wife, because she moves stuff every once in a while to weird places. But I also know I have a tendency to do that. There we go. So I was like I'm like stomping around the house, like, damn it! And I was about to go live, so I couldn't spend 20 minutes looking. There. Not going to show you the brand, because I don't know if they want to be associated on my stream that is so tiny, but, still exists. I'm always conscious of that stuff. Alright. Speaking of spicy meatballs, let's get to this one, man. This was one of the biggest stories of the week I wanted to crush on here. We're winning, people. Like, we're winning. It's happening. Disney is finally waking up just a little bit. And I'll talk about, like, some other reasons why I think that here in just a moment. But Foist, Disney cancels divisive Pixar content, declares parents prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children. Yeah? Well, how about that? Disney, the same studio behind Lightyear, has cut a pride-related, gender-focused storyline from Pixar's forthcoming series, Win or Lose. In an astounding about-face, the company stated that parents should have the freedom to address such topics with their children when they feel it's appropriate. Never. Say that now. Never. This movie comes as a shock, considering that the Walt Disney Company has often embraced identity politics, injecting divisive content into children's programming at nearly every opportunity. Win or Lose coming December 6th. Oh, okay, so it's already out. So it was an upcoming episode that they axed. Got it. Okay. Win or Lose is a Disney Pixar original series following a middle school co-ed softball team called The Pickles as they prepare for a championship game. Each episode of the limited series explores the home life of a different character, including coaches, umpires, and the middle school-aged players themselves. One of the 8 episodes originally featured lines focusing on a character who identifies as a gender different from their anatomy. I like how they're putting the YouTube safe language in there for me. I'm not having to clean it up. So they don't usually do that. They're usually pretty hardcore on that park place. But anyway, however, Disney confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that it has cut those lines and the character's pride-centric storyline from the show. Quote, when it comes to animated content for a younger audience, we recognize that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline, a Disney spokesperson said in a statement to THR. You think? There's the man, Ronnie D. Big D Santis energy right there. This character remains in the show despite the removed storyline. I mean, whatever. Sources close to the production say Disney made the decision several months ago, though the company declined further comment. Disney's stance surprisingly, given how the company landed in hot water with the Florida state government for publicly opposing the Parental Rights in Education bill. That's what it is. That's what it's called. It's not called anything else. And the fake names they come up with for it in the media are just that. Fake news. This legislation aimed to give parents more influence in their child's education by limiting teachers from sharing divisive content in the classrooms. Who would have thought? You mean parents get to decide how their kids get educated? My gosh, that's never happened before, ever, except, oh yeah, throughout most of human history. And yeah, some parents are better than others, but good God, it's still their kids. Disney's opposition to the bill earned the ire of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who dissolved Walt Disney World's special Reedy Creek Improvement District. Yeah, basically where their taxes were amazing. Analysts estimate that this loss will ultimately cost Disney upwards of $1 trillion. That's a lot of dough, especially for a company like Disney, who their park attendance is down, their movies haven't been... The last couple of movies have been doing good. They've been turning it around, but they're about to lose just a boatload of cash with that Snow Blanco movie coming out this coming year. That movie ain't doing well at all. I got a story about her later, by the way, Rachel Zegler. Actually, no, I don't. I got a video coming out about her. That's what it is. But Disney's about face on topics likely has little to do with an ideological shift. Rather, the company learned costly lessons by trying to push this kind of content on children in children's programming. The 2022 Pixar film Lightyear featured a same-gender kiss and performed poorly at the box office, earning just $226.4 million worldwide against a $200 million budget. It's not even just that you had that in the film, it's whatever, but that was like a selling point. Don't make it a selling point of something. That's my thing. Like, yeah, I don't like seeing like a bunch of that crap in movies either. Especially like if it's a kids movie, no. Okay, like if it's like for kids and adults, whatever. We can handle it, We're not children. But don't make it a selling point. Don't be like, you should come see this film because guess what? And then that was like a big thing. They were like, well, just because Florida's doing this, well, we were going to take that kiss and that couple out of there, but now we're going to put it right back in because F you, Ron DeSantis, and F you, Florida. And then the movie bombed. So, whatever, you reap what you sow. But later that same year, the Disney animation film Strange World included similar content and earned a total of $73.6 million against a $180 million budget. Analysts estimate that Strange World lost the Walt Disney Company nearly $200 million with marketing cost factored in. That movie looked like trash. But Luca... I don't think Luca looked bad, but Luca wasn't one of those films where I was like, oh my god, I gotta see this. It looked mid. But I saw it because I'm like, it looks cute. It's a Pixar movie, whatever. And they didn't make the boys gay. They were just best friends. Like, we need more friendships in movies. It's not even an anti-gay thing. Just why does everybody have to sleep together? Why does everybody have to kiss? Quit shipping everybody. They're doing that now retroactively with like Lord of the Rings. Oh, Sam and Frodo were totally like, bumping uglies. Even though Sam, the whole time, like when he was about to die, he's sitting there like, man, you remember that girl from the bar back home? I should have married her. I love that girl. And then he goes back and marries her and has little hobbit kids, and Frodo goes off on his own. Effing mental illness runs rampant, and it's straight or gay. Quit doing it. It's weird. But they made the two boys best friends, and it was a cute little movie. It was fine. I don't need more of it. It was fine. Strange World looked bad, and one of the characters was like, that was like a central thing of his character was this boy, this main character boy, had a crush on his best friend or whatever, or some guy friend of his. And I'm like, God, if I had a kid, she wouldn't be watching it. And I'm not watching it. So, and apparently that just, that was a big thing in that one, and they pumped that too. They were like, "Oh, it's an LGBTQ LMNOP movie. Everybody should love it." Nope, no thank you. And here we go. However, 2024's Inside Out 2 reportedly removed divisive content from its story and achieved massive financial success, generating $1.699 billion on a $200 million budget. Bonkers. Disney has also seen Star Wars and Marvel properties that push divisive themes fail spectacularly at the box office and on Disney+. Yeah, so they changed the Inside Out 2 thing. That was... I forgot about that one, because they were going to make Riley gay, and they said, nope, taking that out. And then there was that Marvel cartoon. It was like, what the hell? Something in some dino something or other. Dinosaur girl. Dinosaur. Is that it? Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That's what it was. Okay. Well, there was an episode that they scrapped the entire episode because it was so on the nose, and then apparently somebody leaked it online anyway, so you got to see it. Yay. Something about there was like a volleyball team where a girl wanted to play for the boys or boy wanted to play for the girls or something like that. And the whole storyline was a transgender scree. And then... sorry, I was checking my streams. So the whole thing was a big T-gender scree, whatever. And because the evil coach was like, no, you can't play with the girls. You're a boy, whatever. And... They're like, well, you're not letting me be myself and whatever. And then he gets so mad he like locks them all with his powers in the locker room and holds them in there. And somebody's like, they're literally ending us, whatever. So a little on the nose. It's just the whole thing. The whole episode was about this kid's gender identity and whatever. Because you need that in a kid's cartoon. They're totally gonna understand all that stuff. And I'm tired of these weirdos that are like, quit pretending like kids are, kids, and they don't understand things. They totally understand things. No, they don't. Quit being a freak. It's like, this is adult content, okay? If you want to put it in adult shows, that's fine. I just won't watch. I don't have to watch. I don't have to like it. But it's adult programming for adult people, and... I can just be like, oh, okay, like, I don't like that, but thanks anyway. I will now move on to something that I care about. But quit putting it in kids programming, where, like, they just jackhammer it in there all over. They did it to Peppa Pig. Like, even freaking Peppa Pig, man. Even she's not safe. AEW legend Peppa Pig, by the way. For people that don't get that, on the dedication podcast to Greg, we were talking about the open Jazzwares. The company Jazzwares makes AEW figures. and Greg went figure hunting with a mutual friend of ours, Ramon, and they opened. They were like, "Oh, they haven't stocked the shelves yet," and they found some Jazzware boxes. So they cut them open, expecting to find AEW figures, and they found apparently Jazzwares also makes Peppa Pig toys. So ever since then, it's been AEW legend Peppa Pig. Anyway, more losses for Disney, by the way, getting into this. Again, from that Park Place, Disneyland workers secure record $233 million wage theft settlement in California. Yeah. I don't like... California is not very business friendly in a lot of aspects, but they're also kind of... I don't know, they're good for this kind of stuff. Like, if you're trying to screw over your employees as a big corporation, California, most of the time, is decent about it. So, I gotta give them that. But the Disney company is settling all the wrong records setting all the wrong records yet again after being forced to pay out a whopping $233 million settlement, the cost of a large Disney movie, to Disneyland workers over a class action wage theft lawsuit from 2019. That is 5 years later. This has been in court. Yeah, they just fight and fight and fight. I hope that whoever was suing them for the class action lawsuit, I hope that all the people that signed on to it aren't having to pay all this money back to legal fees. But I don't know. The suit in question alleged that the Disney company failed to adjust wages in the wake of the Anaheim ballot proposition called Measure L. It required all companies within California to receive tax rebates from the city to raise their minimum wage to $15 per hour, which is nuts, by the way, but that's a different story. Disney failed to do so, according to the filing. Disneyland workers are now entitled to back pay with interest dating back to the start of 2019. There you go. This settlement decree hit just as Anaheim is poised to raise the minimum wage again, this time to $20.50 per hour. My God. Disney approved the preliminary settlement last week. It's set to be reviewed by a Supreme Court judge tomorrow, January 17th. Wait, what? Once approved, the workers will be notified. Do they mean December 17th? That they had to amend December. There's no effing way. Because this is a couple days old. Disney's legal defense leaned on a belief espoused by its attorneys that the company didn't have tax rebate agreements with the city of Anaheim, while originally a judge siding with the company as appealing court reversed the decision, citing a 1996 expansion deal between Disney and Anaheim that led to the creation of Disney's California Adventure theme park. Disney attempted to appeal the decision to the California Supreme Court, but the request was denied. Disneyland workers have been embroiled in an extensive labor campaign against the company, which has led to a series of staged protests and demonstrations outside the Disneyland gate. Stories of Disney employees living in their cars on the streets of Anaheim were publicized by Walt Disney's grandniece Abigail Disney. Yikes. That freaking bad. And everything froze up. Cool. Yeah, that's a lot of dough there, man. Dude, why isn't... Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? There we go. Okay. Getting back to it. Everything froze up, but I think we're back now. Most recently, Disneyland employees voted to authorize a strike against the company through the Master Services Council, an alliance between 4 unions that represent cast members that work at the happiest place on Earth. However, the threatened strike never actually took place. Disney and MSC reached a deal that will see cast members pull in $24 per hour. Quit. $24 per hour, huh? I mean, to live in Anaheim, yeah. I don't know. Keep pounding them. Keep pounding Disney. More lawsuits. More lawsuits. I know the Gina Carano lawsuit is ongoing with them for wrongful termination, and it seems like there are a few of their movies, like Moana's made like oodles of dollars, and Inside Out 2 just made like, over $1 billion. I freaking was talking about earlier. But their parks, man, have just been suffering lately, and people have been mocking them relentlessly, especially with in Orlando. In Orlando they left themselves vulnerable, and Universal Studios has taken over. It's like, yeah, we'll fill in that gap where you're not satisfying customers. And so far they have. They've done gangbusters, and they've opened Epic Universe, and Disney's not doing well. Speaking of which, here we go. Epcot ground lighting already starting to break down after refurbishment. There's an Epcot giant ball. It looks like a golf ball. Disney's recent completion. Excuse me. Let me try this again. Disney recently completed repairs on underground light systems in Epcot's World Celebration neighborhood. However, it seems as though the troubled Epcot ground lighting are already starting to malfunction. Looks pretty cool there. When Walt Disney World unveiled World Celebration as the grand centerpiece of its all-new reimagined Epcot, the ground lights were to serve as a major draw during evening hours. The ground level light strips would change colors along with the rest of the area's lighting, and Spaceship Earth itself to dance and perform shows patterned after whatever festival was going on at the time. However, shortly after the World Celebration opened, the lights malfunctioned, and Disney seemed to have no way of making repairs. But a whole year later, the House of Mouse was finally able to get them working again. It seemed as though World Celebration was back exactly as intended. And then people, and it said for about a week. Oh man, gonna pull this up. So what do we got here? Video. It's gonna take a minute. That Park Place previously reported on malfunctions in other area lights around World Celebration, causing issues in the Epcot neighborhood's trees and casting a rave-like strobe effect over the whole area. But last night, during a live stream on La Reina Creole's channel, the popular YouTuber showed that the Epcot ground lights were malfunctioning once again. Man, why does it's taking so long to freaking load? By the way, Grok is free. Grok AI, and it's really freaking good. Here we go. Quit. Cats. Is it down there? Let's go full screen. There we go. Yeah, that's the strobe effect. There we go. It's not supposed to do that. They're just flipping the hell out. I hope nobody there has epilepsy, because that would be really bad. Oof. Oof. Look at some of the comments here. Here's my other kitty, Blessing. She's not being a blessing right now. Nah. Don't mess with the camera. They're making it so easy for Universal. Looks like lightning striking. Marv from Home Alone. Looks like planned blinking. It's not. My local zoo does better than this. Very true. Frankenstein experiment at Epcot? DJ. There we go. Place is a nightclub nowadays. Shameful. The area plays wonderful acoustic Christmas music all night, overblared by celebration stage music suited for nightclub. And I think that's the poo emoji. Yeah. Not good. Believe me, not good. I'm not going to play this thing because it's going to freeze on me. The Gary Sinise thing would probably make sense if I watched the video, but there were hot spots and uneven colors everywhere, ruining the effect Disney was trying to create for the guest photos. Oh my god. Yeah, look at that. In the image above, you can see the discolored sections of the light strips captured on camera. These flaws in the light show didn't exist just a week ago when Disney reactivated the underground lights. So one has to wonder why these systems failed so quickly. Because they did it on the cheap. That's why. The refurbishment of Epcot took 5 years to complete and cost Disney millions. But issues with the new areas continue to spring up, specifically around the center of the park. On top of World Celebration's lighting woes, there's also several roped-off areas with cracked pavement that have only been exposed to foot traffic for a year. God dang. Additionally, the nearby Journey of Water, inspired by Moana walkthrough attraction, has had underground plumbing leaks which have led to flooding and a persistent sewage-like smell that permeates the area. What the hell? Come on, Disney. It's Disney. I've been wanting to go back to Disney World since 2016. I got married in 2016, and we went on a Florida honeymoon. We hit the beach a couple of times or whatever, but a family friend of mine had a timeshare at a beautiful resort outside of Orlando, and they let us use it for the price for a week, and it was cheaper than anything else, especially for that price. It was like a mini apartment. It's beautiful. Anyway, it's not the point. The point is, we did a Florida vacation. We went to Universal. We went to Disney. Mostly Disney, but we did, I think, 2 days in Universal, 3 days in Disney, and Disney World was awesome. Loved it. It was my third time going. I went with my family when I was a teenager. I went with my senior class for a senior trip in high school. And then I went with my wife. And I've been wanting to go back there for 8 years. Was going to go this year, and just finances and everything got away from me. Plus, we're looking to move. But now we're like, forget that. Let's just go to Universal. Because Disney's nice, but it's had so many issues, and it's so expensive. I can't justify that. Nobody at this point can. Nobody can be like, I'm going to drop thousands of dollars to have a mediocre vacation. Because we got to fly, we got to get a hotel, or wherever we're going to stay, a resort, whatever. We'll probably just get a crappy hotel for cheap. I'm going to save money on transportation back and forth because they have the shuttles. But I'm going to have to pay for an Uber from the airport and then to the airport. We're going to have to spend money on food. So, and then the tickets, obviously. It's going to be a lot of money. I would rather spend that. We can get discounts. I recently found out we have a way of getting discounts on Universal tickets. And we're going to try to use that this next year. Do a nice little vacation. And I will enjoy that far more than Disney. Because Universal's been stepping it up and stepping in for Disney where they're falling short. Let's hope... I don't want to see Disney World fall. I know what I've said about pounding Disney repeatedly, but this is stupid. Let's get into some games, shall we? Real quick. If you see me on Facebook, please, follow me and all that, and check out the other stuff. I unfortunately am not I'm not as active on Facebook as I need to be. Just checking now to see, because you can share now that Meta bought Oh gosh. Yep. Since Meta bought Instagram, you can share from your Instagram to Facebook. I'm actually doing that now. I haven't been keeping up with that as much as I would like to. I don't use Threads, but I am on there. I don't think anybody uses Threads, but Instagram and X, I am at marks underscore on underscore media. On Facebook, I'm Marks on Media Tube. I am on True Social, Gab Social, Blue Sky, Getter. I think that's all of them. That's got to be all of them, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'm on all of them. Any social media thing you can pretty much think of that anybody uses whatsoever. Like I said, I'm on Threads, Marks underscore on underscore media, as my cats run wild. Yeah, so I'm on all of them. If you want to follow me, I'm active on all of them. I always have Truth, Getter, Gab, Blue Sky, X. I always have them open. I do check my Instagram multiple times a day and have notifications set up for it, but most people don't communicate through that. Everything else, I'm extremely active on X, and I try to be really active on the other ones. I reply to everybody. If you can follow me on YouTube, that would be great, or subscribe to me on YouTube, rather. youtube.com/at marksonmedia. And on, you can see that right over, right there. And if you want to follow me on Rumble, right there, it's rumble.com/c/marksonmedia. I'm also, last stream, I realized, my gosh, I totally forgot that I don't have full archives up of the Main Event Marks podcast in video form. I don't have that fully up on Rumble yet. So I'm in the process of making that happen. Like I said, I have the rest of the year off, so I am going to start working on that. I have video form of most podcasts. You can go listen on YouTube full if you're into retro wrestling. I have full event reviews and people profiles and places in time retrospectives and whatever for classic retro wrestling. You can go check out it's in its own playlist on YouTube. It's youtube.com/at or Marks on Media, and go to the Main Event Marks playlist. I've got a bazillion episodes in there in video form. We have bonus shows and then weekly episodes. We didn't miss a single one for I think it was about 3 years. 3 years we were doing it, and then Greg sadly passed away, and yeah, and then we do have new episodes where it's me and Greg's little brother, Matt, and then we got our friends Don, Ramon, and Ramon's brother Joe. We were all on a single podcast. It was a really long podcast, so I split it up into two and posted both. But and I've actually got video to go along with what we're talking about and all that kind of stuff, not just a generic video. But those are both posted as well. We're kind of looking back at our time with Greg. It's all wrestling-related stuff, going to shows, figure hunting, wrestling vacations that we went on. Because usually when we went to a pay-per-view, we'd go out it was like a vacation kind of deal. That was super fun. But go check that out if you're into wrestling. That'll keep you subscribed. And I've got new kinds of content, new kinds of media content coming every single Monday. Hopefully you guys like it. I also recently found out that YouTube allows shorts that go up to 3 minutes, so I'm trying to utilize that as well. Hopefully that'll bring in some new subscribers, some more money, and all that stuff. So it's not all about the money, but seriously, if I can make a living with it. AdSense is giving me the runaround right now about apparently they don't like the way my name looks on the tax form, which is insane. But and you can't get an effing person to help you out with this at all. So it's nuts. Either way. But follow me on everything. I will communicate with you. I reply to almost every comment on YouTube and Rumble. If you see deleted comments on Rumble, literally the only reason I delete them is because, and I don't know if the users can see that or not. I don't think so. But the only reason I delete comments is because they're spam. I love Rumble, but they have a spam problem. Getting into this, it's game time. Everybody loves to hate Nintendo, but they still pay for all their stuff. So here we go. Most recently, I've been using my Switch to play Hogwarts Legacy. I'm 5% of the way through this damn game, and I'm getting more games for Christmas. I know it, and I've got to beat Ghost of Tsushima. I've got to beat frickin' oh god, what is Witcher 3. I'm actually going to play some Witcher 3 after this. I'll talk about Witcher 4 coming out here in a bit since we're in the game section. But first, the Nintendo patent power play. Is this the end of creative freedom for development? No, for developers, excuse me. The gaming industry stands on at a critical crossroad, one where creativity and innovation are increasingly threatened by corporations seeking legal dominance over fundamental gameplay elements. At the heart of the issue lies the unsettling reality of the gameplay mechanic patent, a trend that began when Warner Bros. Secured exclusive rights to the Lord of the Rings Nemesis system, and has now intensified with a recent Nintendo patent of a core creature capture mechanic. Yeah, that is, I knew it was going to be about Pal World. I knew it. By the way, if somebody could enlighten me about the Lord of the Rings Nemesis system. Oh, well, never mind. They're going to talk about it right here. But still, enlighten me. If anybody, after I read this, if you know more or have a different take on it, I'd like to hear it. I'm reading these live for the first time with you all, by the way, most of these. So I know it's hard to tell, right? I'm such a great live reader. These actions not only reshape how games are developed and played, but also raised urgent questions about the future of an industry that has long thrived on freedom, experimentation, and the joy of invention. The joy. First domino, Warner Bros. And the Nemesis system patent. In 2014, Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor, which I have that game. It's very mid, I'll say. I love Lord of the Rings, and I lost interest after a couple... And I played it for like a couple of hours, and I'm like, I just don't care about this game. Anyway, a game published by Warner Bros. Introduced the Nemesis system. It was a groundbreaking gameplay mechanic that handled interactions with enemy NPCs in a way that felt unique and tailored to the player's experience. This system was later patented by Warner Bros., and the patent remains firmly in their hands to this day. It was at the moment that Warner Bros. Toppled the first domino that could forever affect the gaming industry. It sounds like, well, let me finish this here. By patenting the Nemesis system, Warner Bros. Effectively made it impossible for other game developers to use or replicate it, even accidentally. Now you might argue they created it, so they have the right to patent it. While that's true to an extent, the Nemesis system, despite being innovative, was still a gameplay mechanic. There's always a risk that similar systems could be developed independently by other studios, either intentionally or by coincidence. But that's not the real issue here. The problem is that Warner Bros. Opened the floodgate for one of the most crippling challenges game developers could face, the patenting of gameplay features. Yeah, that seems like it would be awesome if they could, like... If you have more insight on the Nemesis system, by the way, let me know. I would, as I said earlier, I'd like to hear more. But by playing the game and what little I know about all that, like, it seems like they could use it really well in, like, an RPG, like a lot of RPGs out there, and, like, turn-based games and that sort of thing, I think would be a good use of it. Either way. Pal World's success in Nintendo's patent Power Play. In 2024, a game called Pal World was released, quickly taking the world by storm. Often referred to as Pokemon with guns, it became immensely popular. Yeah, all the people out there, it's nothing like Pokemon. Yes, the F it is, dude. Like, look at this. Look at that. You can't. That is a Pokemon right there, dude. That is a Pokemon. Yeah, you got weapons. Again, Pokemon with guns. Yeah, the girl, like the humans look different than Pokemon. Okay, whatever. Close enough. The creatures are Pokemon. My God, like quit trying to. Well, you see, the shading is actually a little. Shut the f up. Like it's, you know what they're doing, man. Was Digimon a ripoff? Yeah, it was. I love Digimon. All right, I loved Digimon as a kid, but it was a ripoff. This is a ripoff. Certain gamer aspects were strikingly similar to the Pokemon series, particularly the mechanics for capturing creatures known in the game as pals. That's kind of funny. Come here, pal. God dang it, pal. This process involved defeating the creatures and then capturing them using a ball-like device, much like a Pokemon, like in Pokemon. Yeah, nothing like Pokemon, you see. Well, for this time, you shoot them, and then you throw a damn ball at them to make them your pocket slave. Good God, this game. I heard it's fun. All right, I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm not saying it's fun. It's made a lot of money, and a lot of people love it. I'm not doubting that, but good God, be real. To provide some context, Nintendo has been releasing Pokemon games for decades. However, recent titles in the series have faced heavy criticism for being poorly optimized, riddled with bugs, and lacking key features. I do want to get, was it Sword and Shield? Or no, Violet and something or what? I think that was the one. I don't know. The latest Pokemon game I wanted to get, but I don't know if it's any good. I did hear Pokemon Arceus was pretty good. Either way, many players were yearning for a truly open world Pokemon game, which, yes, they should make, that could meet modern expectations. Pal World filled that gap, delivering an experience that players eagerly embraced. It's at its peak, the game boasted over 25 million active players with a record 2 million concurrent players on Steam alone. Pal World's success effectively embarrassed Nintendo. Yeah, they should be embarrassed. Honestly, like what are you doing? In response, Nintendo took a drastic and controversial step. In May 2024, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filed several patent applications related to gameplay mechanics involving the capture of creatures using spherical objects. Spherical! These patents were officially approved between May and August 2024. Yeah, okay, so let's go on. I might make a full-on analysis of all this, breaking it down. It's going to go with another gaming game I got coming out. I'll tell you about here in a bit. The patent crisis. Nintendo's impact on the future of gaming. Patenting gameplay mechanics will kill creativity in game development. Imagine if a game company patented the third-person perspective, or even worse, the ability to heal yourself with a med kit marked with a red cross. You might think such patents would be too vague or impossible to enforce, but consider what Nintendo has done this year. Not only has their patent been approved, but it has also been retroactively applied to games that were already released. That's that's a bit much. If you still think it's a far-fetched, this is far-fetched, gosh, can't read. Take Pal World as an example. As of today, Pal World has removed the feature that allows players to capture creatures with a spherical ball. If you log in now, you'll find that the ball throwing capture mechanic is gone. This Nintendo patent has already had a tangible impact on the gaming world. It goes on and on. Like I said, I'm going to make a long-form video kind of breaking this all down as well, and I'm going to try to get other sources and, whatever to bolster this. Yeah. I don't know. On one hand, like, Pal World should have known better. That was, like, obvious. Like, dude, you capture these creatures with a ball. Like, what does that sound like? You didn't even do that in Digimon. Of course, in Digimon, you didn't collect them and whatever. You had one Digimon, but regardless, like it. On one hand, yes, it's a obvious ripoff. You can see what they're doing. They just slapped a new name on it. They put guns in it, and hey, it's not Pokemon. It's Pal World. They're not pocket monsters. They're pals. Okay, all right, pal. God dang it, pal. But on the other hand, yeah, I get the idea. Not good. Not good for the future of gaming if this kind of crap keeps up. I get it. Either way, I like I said, I'm gonna break down this stuff in the future. In a video I'll have coming out in the next probably week or two. I'm trying to get some like evergreen stuff out there that people can watch that's not all like trending news and whatever, because enough people do that. I've got one coming out called The Future of Gaming. The Future of Gaming after GameStop massive layoffs. Let me see if I can... I want to show, because I've got thumbnails here. I want to see... Just want to demonstrate, show some of this. Woo. Nope. There we go. Okay. Let me see if I can make this happen. All right. Yeah, here's one coming out. This is coming out Monday. I'm working on it as we speak. I recorded the audio for it, edited it down. I'm putting the actual video with it right now, but it's the biggest movie breaking plot holes, as you can see. This is coming out in a couple of weeks. The most annoying and insufferable TV characters. I have my list, because like I said, for this one and this one, the list, bro, I got them down. This one is more than halfway done. This one I got the list, but I haven't recorded a single second of audio for it yet. So that's coming in a couple of weeks. And then let's see. Oop. This probably maybe on Christmas I'll drop this one, depending on how quickly I can get it slapped together. But I have a script for this one. Yes, I work with a script for, stuff like this, because I got sources. Like I basically wrote an essay that I'm going to turn into a YouTube video, like a video essay type deal. I always love those kind of videos. I want to see if there's I've done a few of them. They sometimes go well. Sometimes it takes them a while to pick up some steam. I'm trying to, because I did one comparing Lord of the Rings and Dune. That one, it did okay. I've done other ones too, but that's the first one that comes to mind. But the future of gaming after the GameStop massive layoffs, the general focus is the GameStop layoffs, but also, I'm kind of looking forward to. It's like, what does it mean? What is GameStop going down? What does it mean for the broader gaming industry, and where does the gaming industry sit right now? What's the future of the gaming industry look like? What should they be looking to? All that stuff. And like I said, I'm going to get into a couple of games that were advertised at the Gaming Awards. I'll get into them here at the end of this. But first, what did I tell you, boys and girls? We're winning. We are winning. Big wins, small wins, winning all over the place. Are you tired of the winning yet? Have you grown tired of all the winning? I have not. Quite a bit of winning going on this Christmas season, and I couldn't be happier. 2024 is ending great. I have felt for a long time, and I'm not the first person to say this. Yikes. My bad. Sorry, trying to fix equipment here, and it's not going well. Every time I mess with my equipment, it doesn't go well. Oh! There we go. Up. There. Bingo. And okay, cool. Anyway, uh 2025 is going to be a transformative year, I feel like. The winning is palpable at the end of 2024. This has been a bad year. Not not as bad as my 2023. My 2023 was bad because I had three major deaths in my life. My I have like my parents didn't buy house. We always rented homes, and that was always the excuse for why we couldn't have a dog. And then when they finally bought a house, I was 17, I think. Yeah, 17. And we got three dogs, so we made up for it. And when my parents got divorced, my mom kept two. My dad took the oldest boy dog because that was always his dog. And he passed away a little over a year ago. I think at the end of 2022 he passed away. But anyway, then my mom's dog, who I saw the most because my mom lives closer. My dad moved out like states away. I didn't. I would only see him when he would come in to visit his mom. But either way, my mom's dog slash my dog passed away last spring. Then my grandmother passed away. I think my grandmother passed away at the beginning of the year. So shortly after Christmas, she passed away. I remember because she couldn't be at my sister's wedding. So, but yeah, she passed away at the beginning of the year. My dog died, and then my best friend died right before Christmas, right after Thanksgiving, like the week after Thanksgiving, right before we got into Christmas and all that. Got a call, hey, Greg's dead. So it was a horrible year for me all the way around. This year has been crap up until the last couple of months, just for many different reasons. Thankfully, knock on wood, no deaths in 2024. And I'm hoping the same for 2025, but I feel like 2025 is going to be a transformative, bigly year. So let's hope, more winning. But I feel like the winning has started in 2024 with little things like this. The gaming industry is turning around. This is going to dovetail off. I'm going to talk about Alyssa Mercanti at the end of this, but we shall get to that. Sweet Baby Inc. client Remedy Entertainment overhauls hiring process. Ends mandatory pronoun declarations. Oh no. Remedy Entertainment, a well-known client of Sweet Baby Inc. and the studio behind the Alan Wake series, removed mandatory pronoun selection from its job application, according to a report from Smash JT. He's actually involved in the Alyssa Mercanti thing I'm going to talk about. We'll get into it. On paper, Remedy Entertainment seems like the last gaming company that would reject divisive and exclusionary hiring practices. The Sweet Baby Inc. client has a long-standing history of advocating against straight white males working in the gaming industry. However, according to YouTuber Smash JT, the Alan Wake developer has taken a step toward actual inclusive hiring by removing mandatory pronoun selection from the employment applications. There you go. The developer that made news when Alan Wake 2 community manager Vida Starshevik expressed frustration with influencer agencies that pitched games featuring wall-to-wall white men. Starshevik, who apparently still works at Remedy, has frequently spoke out about implementing racial and gender quotas in the gaming industry. Yeah, because that breeds creativity. Look, your game's great, story's great, gameplay awesome, graphics cool, but God, you don't have enough black women in it. Like, what's up with that, huh? The company also worked exclusively with Kim Belair's Sweet Baby Inc. a narrative consultancy firm known for pushing DEI narrative elements into AAA games. I've done a lot of videos on them. This includes God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man DOS, Suicide Squad, and the Justice League, and Remedy Entertainment's commercial flop Alan Wake 2. Which kind of sucks because Alan Wake was interesting, and I was willing to play the second game, but I heard it's just absolute garbage. While Alan Wake 2 received critical praise, there's not much financial success that comes from that these days, Smash JT said in his official write-up. Virtue signaling cannot be exchanged at banks for cash. It failed to connect with players who actually purchase games. The disconnect here was clearly exasperated by the game's controversial marketing and narrative choices, rumored race swap protagonists, and other story direction that alienated portions of the fan base Remedy once so effortlessly captivated. Now it seems things might be changing at Remedy. An anonymous insider contacted Smash JT, alerting him to a hiring policy change that removes pronoun selection from the application process. Look at this. He, him, she, her, they, them, and then z, them, z, her, a, m, her, her. It's the same word twice. Fey, fair, and who. God dang it. We are living in a fantasy world. It is a fantasy freaking world. That's why I always loved the meme where it said when you address all of your troon coworkers, it said, "Attention, all fairy tale creatures," and it was that thing from Shrek. It's just God. I don't agree with the picking he, him, she, her, and they, them. The they, them is stupid. Like, yeah, I've used that to address people that I don't know their gender before, where I'm like, when they just give me a name and it could literally, it could be any whatever. I'm like, they or them or, whatever. But this stuff is bullcrap. These are made up fantasy words. Fair is literally a fantasy term. Nobody is an actual fairy. And I know fairy used to be I guess it still kind of is, a derogatory term for somebody who's a little light in the loafers, if, to put it nicely. It's not real. You're not really a fairy, okay? And there you go. They're talking about that. However, Remedy's current application removes this feature entirely. Boom. That is a big win, believe it or not. The updated application simply asks for your name, email address, phone number, and resume while providing a box, which an applicant can include a message like a cover letter. Quote, "With the removal of pronouns from job applications is finally a step in the right direction. It remains to be seen if Remedy's hiring practices will actually reflect a genuine shift back to prioritizing talent and skill over ideological quotas," Smash JT said. Quote, "If Remedy wants to preserve its legacy and financial viability, these changes must continue to happen." Yeah, no kidding. And just to put a fine point on that, I would never hire somebody who included pronouns on their application or their resume. Nothing. You know why? Not because I hate them or I don't think that they're smart or anything like that, but because those people that do that want to point that out and let you know this is a central part of me. What I want you to know before anything else is what I like to call myself and what I think about myself all the time. And they always put that as a central feature in everything they do. All of these games have self-inserts. The women, if it's an ugly woman, they make the protagonist an ugly woman. And then they call us chuds because they're, oh, what, you can't goon to it? No. dude. How have you ever seen an average woman before? These ugly they thems are not average women, okay? Hate to break it to you. And the men are soy infused, feminine looking whatevers. How about you make, and I said this before, I want my men not to look like me, okay? No, I don't look feminine whatsoever, but I'm a little guy. I am a short dude, all right? It's been well established. If anybody listened to the Main Event Marks podcast, I am a short man. I'm not in shape. I wear glasses. I don't want to play as a character that looks like me. I mean, sure, if you can create a character or whatever, I'll give him a beard and hair similar to mine and make him white, probably. But I don't want Kratos in God of War to look like me. That's not what I'm going for, all right? I don't want female protagonists to look like this chick. All right? No, thank you. If you look like this, you should not be designing games. Period. It has nothing to do with your gender identity. I guess it kind of does. But they always have to, everything, they want to DEI it up. Well, we haven't talked enough about gender. Look at Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Point number one, and we're going to get to Mass Effect here in just a second. Exhibit number 500 of why these people should not be designing games. Self-insertion all the time. Sorry for the pops in the mic, whatever. But just knock it off, man. Nobody cares that much about you. Just stop it. Quit inserting yourself where you don't belong. Giggity. Phrasing. Like, we don't want to play as you. We don't want to know about our character's gender identity and their self-discovery in their sexuality. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody cares. It is a microscopic minority of people who will pay for that. As you can see, when they made that a big central thing in Dragon Age the Veilguard, and it bombed, and you lost a ton of money. You keep making all these woke games with they, thems, and Zers and whatever, like Dustborn and Concord. How many epic massive money-losing failures do you have to have before you're finally like, you know what, maybe we should tone it down. Maybe we quit hiring these people because that's all they do. And then if you don't do it, they throw a freaking fit. I'm not a political show, and I'm not, like, I talk about socio-political stuff within entertainment, obviously, but I don't talk about, like, hard politics at all. But this one, just as a comparison, the Kamala Harris campaign apparently employed a bunch of these kind of people, these young people who have had no experience in anything or minimal experience, and they can't see past their own self and their own wants and desires and whatever. And she employed these people, and they were telling her, "Oh, well, we'll quit if you like go on Joe Rogan or something like that." And I can't remember what the guy's name is. He sounds like a frickin' Cajun cartoon character. But he's been a Democrat strategist for like decades. Either way, he came out. He was like, dude, I would have told these sniveling turds that to shut the F up and get in line. And if they threaten to walk out, I'd be like, okay, well, you're fired. And then I'm going to find out who hired you, and they're fired too. Like, these companies need to start doing this. Do not let them put themselves in the game. When I write my fantasy novels and anything like that, I'm not trying to write from myself. There's one story that I wrote where it's a slight self-insert, kinda, but not really. is like the narrator, but it's not about me. The character doesn't do what I do for a living. He just kind of has my temperament. Other than that, and it's not a love story. I'm not putting in anything like selfish stuff like that. It's just kind of like, well, how would I react in a situation like this that I'm in? So that was about it, and that was my first book that I've got on ice right now. But when I write my second fantasy novel, people will probably get pissed about this because if I don't put enough diversity in my books, people will cry and whine and, oh, why are all your characters either white or non-existent fantasy creatures? But if I do put diversity in all my books, my fantasy books are very diverse as far as like skin color and background and languages and whatever, and like real stuff too. But the one I'm gearing up to write and I'm excited to start, the main character is a black man that I will be writing for. And see, that one, people will get pissed about that one. Oh my God, you don't know his life experience as a black man? How could you write for him? I don't know, because I don't have life experience as any of these characters. I'm writing it as a human. And that's what people need to get out of your own mind for 5 seconds. Quit thinking about yourself for 5 seconds and make a good product. All right, off my soapbox. Anyway, next thing. People were getting on me where I posted a video a couple of weeks ago saying that we can reliably infer that the next Mass Effect game will be trash. It's not going to be good. It will most likely be booty juice, but it's not going to be good either way. Even if it's not complete garbage, it's not going to be good. Just because we have a logical mindset. Like as humans, we are given we are given rational thought, and we are given evidence to go on where we can make up our minds and all that kind of stuff, and we can figure stuff out like normal effing people with brains. And they're like, oh, just because all this past stuff that BioWare came out with sucked doesn't mean that this is going to suck. Yeah, it kind of does. And this is just a rumor. I will say rumor and innuendo. But that Park Place says BioWare may stealth introduce politically charged content into Mass Effect 5 post-launch. So they're going to bait and switch you, basically. Oh, look, there's nothing political in here. By the way, our first update, jackhammer and all that stuff in there. A supposed insider claiming to be a contractor working on BioWare's upcoming Mass Effect 5 revealed that EA and BioWare might be shifting strategies in the wake of Dragon Age the Veilguard's epic failure. Yeah, don't let them know we're putting all this crap in the game. Do it post-launch. Don't lean into it so heavy before we launch it. Just shove it down their throat after the fact. Let's see. It says, I work as a contractor for Mass Effect 5. I do QA, quality assurance? I don't remember. Anyway, I have a warning for you. See if I can pull this up on X. Make it bigger. More. There we go. I also wanted to read the comments, so there we go. Oh, for Pete's sake. Go figure! On Reddit, got a anime avatar. Anyway. We got an all-hands-on-deck meeting last week. Devs were asked to delay features, art, and content that may be deemed woke or political and defer them to future patches. As QAs, we were tasked to report if we audit or detect anything that might resemble them so they can be fixed. The company wants to launch the game as clean as possible and introduce woke stuff silently through patches. I fear this might be industry-wide. They wouldn't be issuing this so early otherwise, so tread carefully. That's all. Who woulda thunk it? And the Archcast, whoever this is, at T Archcast, put the salt emoji. And all that, of course, but if this would fit very nicely with a few other rumblings I've heard from back channels, companies want to get rid of the woke, but are equally worried the woke will attack them for it, so will try to hide a middle line. Or hit a middle line, excuse me. The woke don't buy games like that, though. Like, the woke aren't big enough. Like, they can attack you all they want. They're not going to do anything. That's what... I never understood why people are so afraid of, oh no, the woke crowd is going to attack us. They're really loud on X and Blue Sky, and that's it. This isn't real. See some of the comments here. Well, I will have to just be happy with replaying Mass Effect 1 and 2. Not even 3. Wow. LOL, it's terrifying when the woke attack. There you go. The Cliffy B playbook. It's okay to be political when your company or studio is established for great products first. Yeah, pretty much. Make the money, then go woke, because you have money to burn. Probably because Mass Effect 5 is the last chance for BioWare to survive. But I have to remind you that Mass Effect 4 was a total crap without woke stuff. You just can't be Shepard's story in this universe, because what happened there was a stuff of biblical proportions. Guess what? This QA contractor just lost the contractor's contract by leaking this information. Seen this happen multiple times in this industry, but you never hear about it behind closed doors. The woke don't have numbers nor buy games. Which way profit man? Yeah, that's what I just said. So they'll DLC it later on. LMAO, pretty much. This reminds me of DEI groups inside the companies rebranding themselves and embedding themselves in other departments, removing the DEI names. Yep. When you ask the devs to take out all the woke crap from your games, right there. That's one of the games I was going to talk about later, but yeah, so there's that. However, since this information is unverified, we're treating this as a rumor for the time being. A Reddit user on the subreddit Kotaku in Action claimed in a post to be a contractor currently hard at work on Mass Effect 5. So are they calling Andromeda Mass Effect 4? That has to be it. We just went over that post. It's entirely possible that BioWare and EA are wary of ideological and political content after the horrible failure of Dragon Age the Veilguard. A recent report from YouTuber Smash JT cited sources within BioWare stated that the big budget title has yet to move 1.5 million copies worldwide. Dragon Age represented a major financial and critical embarrassment for BioWare, and many believe the upcoming Mass Effect 5 could be the studio's last chance. Yeah, pretty much. However, the current state of BioWare, coupled with the recent release of a Mass Effect board game, have left many fearing for the future of this signature franchise. Sources from within the company exposed a culture of toxic positivity, where decisions are driven entirely by identity politics. Additionally, the Mass Effect board game confirms the fears of many with the inclusion of pronouns for iconic characters, including she, they, listed for longtime squad member Laura Tassoni. Or Laria, excuse me. Good grief. Laria was always referred to as she, her within the original 3 Mass Effect games. Issues surrounding gender were one of the main complaints against Dragon Age, where large sections of the game were dedicated to ideologically driven conversations. The game also allowed players to select their preferred pronouns and design characters with scars that indicate elective body modification surgery. Yep. The Reddit thread in question was removed with mods citing misleading information, of course. However, the authors still managed to respond to several questions beforehand. In these responses, the supposed insider confirmed that Pride Flag cosmetic patches were planned with alternative names like Bubblegum Patch for a design featuring blue, pink, and white. Additionally, the leaker noted that pronoun selection was included in the current build. There you go. And there's Grums. He's all over it, of course. Sorry, my throat's going out. There you go. But anyway. Yeah, BioWare's done for. Mass Effect 5 is going to be a bomb. Nobody's going to trust them, especially after Dragon Age the Veilguard, and now this stuff is coming out. Nobody's going to trust BioWare with anything. I sure don't. Some, like, super dedicated Mass Effect fans will still buy it, just because it's labeled Mass Effect, but it's not going to be like the first 3 games. If that's what you're wanting, that's not what you're getting. And Andromeda, from everything I heard, was a giant disappointment, a giant turd. So, either way. While we're wrapping up the game stuff, I wanted to talk about these really quickly. So, Naughty Dog, I talked about they were coming out with a new game recently. I made a whole video about it. Everybody thought it was going to be a third Last of Us game, which still might happen, but not confirmed. Or an Uncharted 5, which no indications of that. But it ended up being a brand new IP. It's called Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. And the main protagonist is a female who I guess is non-binary and shaves her head like Ripley in Aliens 3, which, by the way, Alien 3 was awful, and her shaving her head made no sense. I still, to this day, am like, why the hell did Ripley shave her freaking head? But then again, the whole movie was just kind of bunk anyway. And Naughty Dog was getting ripped for it because the trailer they showed didn't look good. There's another manly female protagonist, manly looking female protagonist, and you got 2 girl bosses throughout the trailer being cocky and unimpressive and talking about how they got to go save a man from imminent danger because only they can do it. Well, they turned off all the comments for their video, for the trailer. And the dislike, I'm really curious. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly, because I'm curious to see what the dislike ratio is on it right now. YouTube down. Yep. Alright. Come on, YouTube. Load. Intergalactic. There we go. Which one should I go with? Let's go with the official Naughty Dog page one. Are you gonna let me? Oi. I don't want to watch it. I just want to crap on it. What do they got here? I like having to go through all this to just look at freaking downvotes. It's awesome. Okay, so at current, it sits at 1,254,343 views, 65,000 upvotes, 46,000 downvotes. So 42%. Honestly, not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought. And they turned off comments. So there are 0 comments. Excuse me for that one. Let's look at the PlayStation version, because the official PlayStation page posted it as well. Maybe people are going there because the comments are turned on. Nah, that one's even more. Wow, only, okay, 92,000 upvotes, 54,000 downvotes, and 29,000 comments. Okay, so not as horrible as I thought it would be. It's actually doing fairly well with the upvote, downvote thing, but I still think it looks like crap. I will give it some time. I'm not going to completely judge it now. I'll give it some time. But I think it looks like booty juice. I'll say that. There was another game trailer I was thinking of. What was recently released? I don't know. That's the first one that comes to mind that they released a trailer for. There was another game trailer I'm spacing on right now. I wanted... Stupid camera. Alright. Oh my god. If it's glitching out, I apologize. Whoa. That made it worse. Alright. I don't know how to fix that, honestly. It's a relatively new camera. I try not to bunch up the cords or whatever, but it's done this like pretty much since day one, and I don't get it. Don't know how to stop it from doing that. I've tried it in multiple USB cords or slots. I mean, it's a USB camera. I think they all are actually, but yeah. Anyway, the Alyssa Mercanti thing. If people don't know, she's suing Smash JT, the YouTuber, for, I think she's suing him for defamation or something like that. And the stuff she's suing him for that he said about her, she said herself, even if it's a joking manner, some of it was not, by the way, she said it on X, and she's been going back on X and deleting comments. Not comments, tweets, X posts, whatever. She's been deleting them. Anything that could incriminate her. Anything that could give Smash JT the win in court. She's been deleting them. Her recent excuse, let's see. See if I can pull up the actual thing here. Because I follow Master of TDS. He's been keeping up on this. The Quartering has also been keeping up on this. Okay, here we go. As my camera messes up. She said, interesting that these idiots can't tell the difference between someone removing or deleting their own tweets and other people deleting their accounts and taking their tweets I've retweeted with them. That's not how that works. I've had people block me, and my tweets still show up. Oh, my camera went out. Finally. There we go. I'll be back. Hold up. Wait a minute. Put a little love in it. Where's my... Oh, gosh. Where's my camera setting? Goodness. Oh, okay. I was clicking in the wrong place. My bad, guys. Sorry. You'd think I've never used tech before in my life. That was a horrible face. Alright, there we go. We're back. Turn my light back on. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, people can delete their account. They can block you, whatever. Their tweets don't just... Like, your tweets to them, or if you quote tweet them or whatever, your tweets don't just magically disappear, bro. Not how that works. And also, it's also illegal if you don't preserve evidence. Not just go out and delete it, but if you don't preserve it, that's a crime. And here we go, Master TDS. Alyssa isn't the one deleting tweets, guys. It's other people deleting their accounts, which makes her tweets disappear too. And here he says, hang on, so she is admitting that tweets are being deleted, though. Paging Ron Coleman at Smash JT. Ron Coleman, by the way, is the lawyer who is representing Smash JT. Yellow Flash said that's not how things work. And he said, don't ruin it, Flash. That's what makes it funny. See, that's my thoughts. See, look at the gaslight from Jared Shapiro. No relation to Ben, I'm sure. Hey, Alyssa, that's not how the Force works. Pathetic. Love it. Me reading her post. There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. It seems unaware of how retweet functions, similar to its lack of understanding of the nearly 40 years of Witcher lore, any gaming lore for that matter. It appears to fabricate information to align with its own distorted perspectives. I assume it is Alyssa. There's the Picard meme or GIF, whatever. That's not how the Force works. Again, there's the GIF. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, and then Dr. Evil, one of my favorites. Right. That's a really poor defense. Holy crap. That also doesn't look good. Gaslighting gone wrong. Oh, Lord. All right, I got to see this one. Yeah, there you... Oh, moron. It's set... Yeah. Set your frickin' yard on fire. Oh, God. So, yeah, that's Alyssa Mercanti's actual defense. Look, guys, other people are deleting their accounts and their posts, so my when I retweet them, it's or I quote tweet them, that's gone too. Nah, baba nah. Plus the fact that if that is what is happening in like within the past week, by the way, this isn't like real super recent or anything. If that is indeed what is happening, which is not, you're also not preserving evidence, which is also wrong. And Ron Coleman posted a whole thread about that. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up Ron Coleman here. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Let me see. I'm trying to find his specific. See. Besides my old friend, Still Gray, I'm making lots of new friends in the gaming space, like Grums and Smash JT, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he's representing a lot of these people. Can I find... Man, he tweets a lot and retweets and whatever. Whew. Yeah, he's quote tweeting a lot of people. A lot of political stuff. I'm probably not going to be able to find it because it's so freaking buried, but either way. He tweeted this whole freaking thread about how it's a crime in the state of California where this is filed to delete evidence or not to properly preserve evidence, and because of it, this is just going to blow up in Alyssa Mercanti's face. Sorry, I'm looking at some of his tweets. They're crazy. Not crazy in like, oh, he's nuts, but like crazy, like funny. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm only 5 hours back. I can't find him. I give up. Anyway. So, a lot of, like, one of the specific ones I can remember is, like, Smash JT talking about how Alyssa got to where she is by and like some of this was like sarcastic, like poking at her or whatever, and saying something about she got to where she is by filleting men or whatever, and she's a prostitute and whatever. Alyssa admitted to this. Even if the because somebody asked like how did you get to where you are or whatever, and she said by sucking you know what. She tweeted that, and then she talked about how she's she gets paid for snuggle time or used to, like admitting this stuff and talking about how she's a, a woman of ill repute or whatever. I'm trying to be like sensitive about some of these words I use. It's a family show, you know. She tweeted this stuff, and now she's going back and deleting it because that's like a central part of the lawsuit. Now, obviously, I can't say 100%. It's like alleged, in my opinion, she's going back and deleting this stuff. But I mean, come on, it's not there anymore. And it only happened in the last like week or two. Now that this lawsuit is heating up, she's gonna lose huge, and she might face huge penalties for what she's doing, financially and otherwise. The fact that she's employed at all is nuts, and there are like 5,000 different stories about how and why she left Kotaku for Rolling Stone, which is a joke of a publication, by the way. The fact that Rolling Stone even still exists shows you the level of insanity in the world, where they get enough people checking it out where they're not just shuttered at this point. But yeah, she jumped. I did a whole video before about how she jumped from sinking ship to sinking ship. Kotaku, if it makes it through the entire year of 2025 without being completely shuttered, I'll be shocked. The fact that Rolling Stone is making it to the year 2025 also blows my mind. But, I'm not shocked that they have no standards. They have no integrity. And both of those places would employ somebody like Alyssa Mercanti. She's going to lose this lawsuit. And if she threw out a physical fight invitation. She threw out a challenge for a physical fight from female YouTubers. And then when anybody actually accepted, like Vera Dark, then she backed out. And even though I literally said, I'll challenge you to a fight, I don't want to fight you. Okay. And now she's been threatening lawsuits forever, and she finally found somebody to take this frivolous lawsuit, and they're going to cost her a lot of money, because any real lawyer looking at all the evidence should have been like, are you sure about this one? Like, pay me for my time and then get the F out of my office, because you're not going to win this. Couldn't happen to a nicer they, them. All right. Getting into TV real quick. Wow, we've been going for a while here. It's a long stream. There's a lot to cover. Still a lot to cover. There's a lot going on today, and I'm not going to see y'all till Monday. If you could subscribe to the channel on YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. It is youtube.com/@Marks on Media. You can see that on this side right here. And then Rumble is rumble.com/C/Marks on Media. Over there on Facebook, I'm live on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Marks on Media Tube. I am on X and Instagram at Marks_on_media. You can find me on True Social, Blue Sky, Gab Social, Getter. I don't care if the platform is catering to conservatives or liberals or somewhere in between. I have an account there. I don't care. Go follow me. I'm very active on all platforms. Try to be. Mostly on X, That's the one I use the most. But I post a lot on all of them, so go check it out. Follow me. Stay up to date. If you could follow the Rumble channel, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to grow that. I should be getting paid by YouTube, but AdSense is jerking me around with documentation, so that's for me to worry about. Real quick before we get into the next story. Sorry, my mom texted me. Sorry, gotta reply to mom. I know this makes for compelling stuff here. Okay, so I have not finished Yellowstone yet. I have one episode left to watch. It's the series finale. Last episode ever. I don't know how it ends. Apparently, it didn't end with a bang because I would have heard about it. I would have seen spoilers. Apparently, 2 weeks ago, the episode, the penultimate episode, everybody hated it. I didn't like it. My wife almost fell asleep during it. I feel like Taylor Sheridan had enough for like 1.5, maybe 1.25 episodes, and he really had to stretch that penultimate episode out. There was no reason for all the horse riding prawn that went on. By that I mean like they had like, I don't know how, if you cut the 500 minutes of horse riding out of the episode, you whittle down some of the other stuff. I don't need to see Teeter crying for 20 minutes. Like, I get it. All right, all the stuff at I forget Travis was that's Taylor Sheridan's character. All the stuff at Travis's house, cut out all of that or whittle it down to like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Like, why did he have to make sure that Bella Hadid was his girlfriend? Or, yeah, it was Bella, whatever. All of it was dumb, man. It's such unnecessary crap throughout most of this episode. The Jamie stuff was interesting. The very end of the episode was interesting. The funeral for two of the characters, if you haven't watched yet, I'm not going to ruin it. The funeral or memorial, whatever, for two of the characters was fine. Most of it, the dancing, like there was a ton of dancing and music playing. It was unnecessary. The episode sucked. But anyway, Yellowstone spinoff The Madison adds 4 to cast. The Madison, the upcoming series in the Yellowstone universe, has added 4 new cast members. Variety has learned that Kevin Zegers, Rebecca Spence, Elena Pollock, and Daniel Vasanova have all joined the new Taylor Sheridan series. They will appear alongside previously announced cast members Michelle Pfeiffer, Patrick J. Adams, Ellie Chapman, Matthew Fox, Bo Garrett, Ben Schnetzer, and Amaya Miller. So they have not signed Matthew McConaughey, because I thought Michelle Pfeiffer and Matthew McConaughey were like they were trying to get him in the same show. Guess nerd. The official logline for the Madison describes it as a heartfelt study of grief and human connection following a New York City family in the Madison River Valley of central Montana. Okay, so this is not the sequel series. Zegers will play Cade, described as Stacy's new neighbor, asked to look out for the place until the family showed up. Pollock will play Macy, said to be Abigail's youngest daughter, who also grew up in a wealthy New York City family. Spence will play Lillian Weeks, Stacy's friend and a fellow member of the New York City elite. And Vasanova will play Castrell, an indigenous woman married to a Montana rancher who lives with the family on a double wide trailer on their ranch. Okay. Cool. Of course, you got to get indigenous peoples in there. I mean, whatever. It's Taylor Sheridan's thing. I don't know if I'm going to be watching that. I want to watch Landman. I heard... What's the Tulsa King? I heard that's good. But... I don't know. I may watch it. At first, I was all hyped for it, and then I just kind of fell out of it for some reason. I don't know. I just didn't care that much. Speaking of things that I need to watch, this looks interesting. It also looks weird. Sticking with TV. Secret Level is also from Variety. Secret Level renewed for Season 2 at Amazon Prime Video. Secret Level has been renewed for a second season at Amazon Prime Video. The series is an adult animated anthology made up of short stories set in the world of various video games, such as Pac-Man and Dungeons & Dragons. Season 1 of Secret Level debuted with 8 episodes on December 10th, with another 7 set for Tuesday. Details about Season 2, including which video game worlds will be featured, remains under wraps. Amazon says Secret Level achieved the most watched animated series debut of all time for the streamer within the first week, although exact viewership numbers were not provided. According to measurements from Luminate, the series was watched for 155.3 million minutes in the U.S. during its first week of availability, which translates to roughly 1.4 million views when divided by its 109-minute runtime. The Season 1 cast of Secret Level included Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves, Tamira Morrison, Ariana Greenblatt, Heaven Hart, Emily Swallow, blah, 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 blah. Along with Pac-Man and Dungeons & Dragons, featured video games included Sifu, I don't know that one, New World, don't know that one, Unreal Tournament, Warhammer 40,000, Crossfire, Armored Core, The Outer Worlds, Mega Man, Exodus, Spelunky, Concord. Oh, God, Concord. They really thought that was going to be successful, didn't they? Honor of Kings and Playtime. I don't know a lot of them. Tim Miller, best known for directing Deadpool, the 6th Terminator film. Oh, everybody loved the 6th Terminator film. And the Netflix animated anthology Love, Death, and Robots is the creator of Secret Level. He serves as an executive producer alongside supervising director Dave Wilson. Blur Studios and Amazon MGM Studios produce. All right, is it any good? I've heard mixed things. I saw the preview because the one that was trending for a while was the Pac-Man episode. And people were like, and it was trending because people were like, this is Pac-Man? Like, what the hell is this? It was not Pac-Man. It was weird. People were just like, what the frick? But yeah. Sorry, checking on a few things here. Either way, yeah, it looks interesting enough where I'll give it a watch. I'm off for the next couple of weeks, like I said. Or I'm off to the end of the year, so I can watch. I'll bring it up some way, shape, or form. Alrighty. We talked about Disney craps earlier. Well, the craps just keep on coming. Star Wars Skeleton Crew flops again. Failed to land on top 10 streaming viewership charts for second week. Who could have foreseen this? Last week, when the new Star Wars show Skeleton Crew failed to chart on Luminate's top 10 streaming originals viewership report, some chalked it up as a fluke. Quote, after all, it was only available for 3 days in the tracked week, was the most common Disney Star Wars Defender excuse. But this week leaves no question in anyone's mind, save for the shilliest of Kathleen Kennedy shills, who somehow managed to spin anything as a positive. Skeleton Crew is thus far a flop and has failed to chart in Luminate's top 10 streaming originals for the second week in a row, this time with 3 episodes out. Now, there's Landman, Black Doves, The Madness, Lioness, The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On, Tulsa King, wow, Taylor Sheridan's all over this list, A Man on the Inside, Lioness Again, The Later Daters, and The Day of the Jackal. That's another one I got to catch up on. I heard it was really good. I like the movie with Bruce Willis, The Jackal. Never read the book. Pretty sure there's a book. Anyway, once again, Paramount Plus and Netflix have dominated the top 10, with Peacock filling in the last spot with The Day of the Jackal. Topping the charts is the Taylor Sheridan show Landman with 1.8 billion minutes watched. Once more, 2 seasons of Lioness, also a Taylor Sheridan show. Wow, I did not know that. Showed up 2 spots on the list. Let's see. The Day of the Jackal tells an interesting story. Blah, 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 blah. The Skeleton Crew still hasn't managed to break into the top 10. Yeah. How does this wench keep her job? It's literally failure after failure. She had the sequel trilogy that made money, but was not good, especially Return of the Jedi, or not Return of the Jedi, The Last Jedi. Which, by the way, they were like, it's been 7 years since this great movie came out, and everybody just buried the hell out of it. Again. Like, dude, time does not make the heart grow fonder. Alright? The movie blew ass. It still blows ass. It broke all kinds of, not canon, but it broke storylines. That's what it did. It just didn't make sense on the whole. And it proved that Rian Johnson is a complete a-hole and a grifter, and he's talentless. Knives Out was okay. Glass Onion sucked. The Last Jedi blew all kinds of ass. And then she had a success with The Mandalorian. That's going downhill. And it's about to wrap up with a movie. Let's see if that makes any money. And everything else is bombed. Well, I guess you can throw Rogue One in there. Rogue One made money. Rogue One did well. Rogue One is the best thing that they've come out with so far. Obi-Wan was a failure. Excuse me. They've lost a lot of steam on The Mandalorian. The Book of Boba Fett was a failure. Skeleton Crew's a failure. The Acolyte's a failure. Like, just how much failing do you have to do to lose your job at Disney? I really, honestly, at this point, I want to know. Yes, this one looked like it was geared more towards kids, but guess what? Kids didn't watch. Kids didn't care. Kids didn't like it. And it's flopping. Again, and you get these big-time names in there, and if you're like, well, I'm gearing it towards kids, and we're going to bring in Jude Law, because kids love Jude Law, right? Dude. Make something watchable for any demographic. That's your goal in the year 2025. Make a Star Wars property that's watchable for some majority demographic. Not the weirdos on X that are still crying over the cancellation of The Acolyte. I want to say I'm forgetting, like, I know Solo bombed. Solo lost money. The people that are like, oh, Solo was actually a good movie. No, it sucked. The movie sucked, and it was going to set up more sucky sequels. And it sucked so bad that they canceled all those. They canceled the movie with the guys that did Game of Thrones. They have repeatedly delayed the next Rey movie with director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who has done nothing but feminist propaganda documentaries since she became a filmmaker. Yes, I hear you. It's not dinner time. Not anywhere close. Yeah, so I don't know. Star Wars, rest in piss. It's fire this broad. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. Please, just clean house. You're not making money on it. Oh, and I forgot about the gigantic failure of the Star Wars hotel and experience thing. That was like $2,000 a night. Eat all the ass. Unless you're putting me in the real Millennium Falcon and flying me to a galaxy far, far away for a night. $2,000, in the words of Gingy from Shrek, eat me. No, thank you. I wanted to cover quickly cover this, just because I don't think anybody cares. Obviously, Girls 5 Eva canceled again. Netflix drops musical comedy after rescuing it from Peacock. So Peacock picked up this crap, or Peacock canceled this crap. Netflix picked it up, and then they canceled it again. BPE no more. After three seasons, gosh, I thought it was only one. I saw the trailer, like, they kept shoving the trailers for the first season in my face on Peacock, and then I never heard of it again. But after 3 seasons, Girls 5 Eva has been canceled for the second time, this time by Netflix. The first 2 seasons of the musical comedy streamed on Peacock from 2021 to 2022. When Peacock decided not to move forward, Netflix came in to renew the series for a 3rd season, which aired in March 2024. Yeah, it's about the reuniting of a 90s girl group. Nobody cared. While many expected the show to take off on Netflix, it failed to do so. Variety TV editor Michael Schneider recently dissected one potential reason, pointing to the title and noting that who may scroll through Netflix don't stay on a title long enough to get the context of a show. Yeah. And then Busy Phillips, apparently. Busy Phillips has a podcast. Okay, well, look, I know I'm saying this from like a video podcast, whatever, but can we just put an end to all podcasts until we can figure out what the F is going on here? Anyway, on her Doing Her Best podcast, quote, "It's dead. Yeah, I'm saying it because F it. If Netflix won't, I will. I guess not enough people watched it or watched it the way that counts, or I don't know. I actually just don't know," she told guest Danny Pellegrino. Okay. She added that Netflix hasn't said anything about how the deal was structured when it went to Peacock for the 2nd season, nor have they said it's actually done. Quote, "So there's time. I don't think it'll ever be dead. The characters are too good." No, if you got canceled twice, you're done. All right. Quote, "I've even joked with the cast, like, we should do a Radio City or turn it into a live stage show, a musical, even on, maybe even Broadway someday." Oh, God. She also commented on the name, hinting that it could have been a part of the problem. Quote, "I think the name Girls 5 Eva is amazing and totally right, but I think it's possibly it alienates men like straight effing dudes. Has anyone ever done a study on how women-forward titles affect the success of shows?" Yeah, I mean, okay, even if a straight man would have tuned in for the first time ever and saw that, what's to keep them there? Straight men don't watch that kind of stuff. A musical comedy starring all women. Yeah, that just screams man show. And why is it always on men? Oh, not enough men watched our stuff. Okay, where are the women? Women weren't watching you either, chick. So you can scream and cry about, oh, has there ever been a study on how many, like, why aren't men watching us? Well, the subject matter? You're catering towards women. This is a women-friendly show. And even women aren't watching you. That's effing why. Just like when they say, oh, men, you need to do your part and watch female sports. Like, Bill Burr did an amazing bit on that. Because he was talking about, he's like, why do we have to? What about the women? Obviously, women don't give enough of a crap. Men are busy watching men's sports. Why can't the women watch the women's sports? Why is it always on men to do their part and watch the women? No. Women, if you want this to keep happening, you watch it. It's not on us. We've done enough. All right. And I'm not going to go on a rant about women's sports, but like especially when it comes to something like the WNBA, where the NBA is subsidizing you. That's the only reason you exist. That we've done enough. Watch your own shows. Watch your own movies. Don't rely on us. I thought you were a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. To wrap up the show here, this has been a long one, but I'm having fun. To wrap up the show, we're going to get into real entertainment, anime. About damn time. I'll probably make a long-form video about this as well. New report proves anime dominated the top franchises of 2024 thanks to One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more. Okay, One Piece doesn't surprise me. Yu-Gi-Oh, didn't know that was a... I mean, I knew it existed retrospectively. I didn't know that it was still, like, pumping out new stuff. Anyway. I never liked Yu-Gi-Oh! That was never my thing. I was really into Pokemon and Digimon. And then things took a turn when I was middle school, junior high. It was about middle school. Things took a turn for to Yu-Gi-Oh! And then it quickly jumped to Magic the Gathering, which was more mature, obviously. I didn't get into any of that. Retrospectively, looking back, I kind of wish I would have got into Magic, but kind of not, because they've went super woke and stupid in the last couple of years. And wow, they've been woke and stupid for a long time. Even my sister, who's kind of a lefty, even she hates Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. They're just a trash company, which is why I hope Elon Musk buys them out. But anyway, getting to this. Recently, anime has seen a significant increase in interest among Western fans, a trend that will likely continue in upcoming years. From the classic Dragon Ball franchise, beloved by almost all fans, to the recently finished My Hero Academia, which I gotta catch up on eventually. This genre has become a vital part of modern pop culture, and the rise of popularity of anime can be seen in Fandom's 2024 Popularity Report. This website is a place where followers of a franchise can go to learn or share their knowledge about a topic. According to a report, many of the series users look up the most were anime related, like One Piece and Naruto. Some of the most beloved anime took over in 2024. Here we go. Number 1 was Warhammer. Really? Warhammer? Okay, cool. And then whatever the hell, Terraria? I don't know what that is. League of Legends, Marvel, Final Fantasy, Genshin Impact. I had no idea Genshin Impact was that popular, but okay. Fallout, One Piece, Minecraft, Roblox, Dungeons and Dragons. The hell is Warframe? Naruto, Elder Scrolls, Grand Theft Auto, shocker. The Battle Cats? I don't know that one. Escape from Tarkov, Core Keeper, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Game of Thrones. Really? Those were the top 20, huh? Okie doke. I don't know most of those, I'll be honest with you. I know, well, it's about 50-50. According to Fandom's 2024 report, which recounts the most popular subsections of the website, interest in anime saw a massive uptake during the year. Among the 20 most popular franchises worldwide, 3 spots were taken by beloved series like One Piece or Yu-Gi-Oh!, considering that the report compared to interest shown by fan bases of all types of media, like movies or video games. Seeing anime hold 3 positions is an amazing feat. At number 8 is Ichiro Oda's One Piece, a series that has been amongst the most popular for many years. Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto has also appeared in a respectable 13th place. Lastly, a surprising turn of events, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise managed to snatch the 19th position. The franchise, created by the late Kazuki Takahashi, became one of the most popular around the world throughout 2024, something that not many expected. The Noragami franchise did not appear among the 20 most popular fan bases, but it did earn a spot in the most rapidly growing communities on the website. So there you go. It is huge. Anime is taking over. The weebs are here, baby. The weebs are taking over, and I love it. Keep it up. Keep it up. I love it. Want to see more of it. Alright, keeping with anime. Here we go. Here's another one I need to catch up on. So, Bleach is very intimidating. If you get into Bleach, there's a lot of it. Excuse me. And I didn't want to start the 1,000-Year Blood War without finishing Bleach, like the actual series Bleach. I wonder if anybody has made an abbreviated or an abridged Bleach, so I don't have to watch all the 500 episodes. Because I just want to catch up, man. So long and so many seasons, and now we got 1,000-Year Blood War, which I hear is amazing, and I just want to watch it. But I don't want to watch it until I watch Bleach, and I finish Bleach, so I don't know. But anyway, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War Season 3 announces extended finale. What you need to know. Few animes have earned as much praise in recent years as Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, as the return to screens of Tite Kubo's masterpiece has been received with enthusiasm by critics and fans alike. Now, those same fans will be excited to learn that the third cour of Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War will conclude at the end of 2024 with a special 1-hour-long episode. As revealed by Bleach's official account on X, the 2 final episodes of Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, Sengokutan, sorry, mispronunciation there, will air exclusively on December 28th at 2300 hours, 45 minutes, Japan time. So, I forget how far ahead are they from America, from Eastern time? Quite a bit, I know. But this would be 11:45 their time, for those of you that don't know. But it's going to be on Tokyo TV, making the season finale a 1-hour special that fans of the series absolutely can't miss. Western fans will likely be able to catch it shortly after on Hulu and Disney+. So there you go. And they got the time and the date and blah, 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 blah. Episode number 38 of the third part of the anime will focus on the past of 2 important characters, Buzz B and Hashwalt. Sorry. 2 of the stronger Sternritters who are helping the King of Quincy's I'm not even gonna. You watch. I don't know. To destroy the Soul Society and perhaps the entire world. Once the flashback is out of the way, fans can expect an explosive season finale that will set up the final battle between Ewatch and Ichigo, which will likely be the focus of the anticipated fourth and final season of Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. There you go. It's wrapping up with a bang. I always like those long specials that they do to end things. Still no news on the return of Chainsaw Man. No date set yet for Kaiju number 8, season 2. Those are the ones I'm really interested in, honestly. Looking forward to them. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, for any of y'all out there, check it out at the end of the month. Final story I have here. My voice has been going out for the last hour, so I'm not going to talk for the rest of the freaking day until my wife gets home, that's for sure. Oh, man. Oh. I've had fun. I didn't know it was going to be another 3-hour stream. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I've been trying to keep them shorter and more bite-sized, but hey, whatever. I'm having fun. We're live, by the way. For those that don't know, we're live on Facebook, Rumble, Kick. Oh, no, I guess we're not. We were on Kick at one point, or at least I thought we were. Failed to connect to stream. Okay. I don't care. I don't care about Kick, to be honest with you. We're live where it counts. YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. And I'll plug all that at the end here again. But getting to this last story, Cowboy Bebop creator really wants to make a movie, but one problem is standing in his way. What is that problem? By the way, that's another one I got in my watch queue. It's Cowboy Bebop. I hear it's a classic. I'll probably like it. Haven't got to it yet. But anyway, for years after Cowboy Bebop ended, the world has wondered if Shinichiro Watanabe, the anime's visionary creator, would ever expand upon his beloved sci-fi universe or craft something akin to its enduring spirit. When asked about revisiting the genre, Watanabe admits that external expectations can stifle his creativity. God. Instead, he's chosen to channel his energy in a new project, Lazarus, a 13-episode anime debuting on Adult Swim in 2025. Look out for that. Shout out. While the DNA of Cowboy Bebop lingers in its themes and tone, Watanabe insists that Lazarus is a unique new vision that stands firmly on its own. Cool. Watanabe, a titan of the anime industry, is best known for his groundbreaking work on Cowboy Bebop in 1998. The 1998 series that became a cultural touchstone and contributed to the global embrace of anime. However, his filmography also includes other critically acclaimed projects like Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, I've heard of that one, it always makes me laugh, just the name of it, and Netflix's Carol and Tuesday. Despite his expansive influence, Watanabe remains steadfast in his belief that creative work must come from personal passion rather than outward demands. Ugh. So annoying when these people say it. That basically means the wells run dry. You got nothing. The philosophy has driven his decision throughout his career, including his hesitance to revisit Cowboy Bebop or create a direct sequel. It's crap like that why George R.R. Martin hasn't finished his damn book. Lazarus marks Watanabe's return to sci-fi action, a genre he hasn't fully explored since Cowboy Bebop, set in 2052, blah, 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 I don't care. Watanabe acknowledges that Lazarus bears similarities to Cowboy Bebop, partly due to the influence of Keiko Nobumoto, okay. The late writer who collaborated with him on both series. Nobumoto's passing in 2021 left Watanabe to complete the story himself, incorporating themes inspired by real-world crises like the opioid epidemic and climate change. Ugh, God. I might still watch it. Despite these connections, Watanabe emphasized that Lazarus is not an attempt to recapture the past. I don't care. Okay. So either way, he's got a new show coming out. Basically, his excuse for why there hasn't been more Cowboy Bebop is quit pressuring me, guys. God. Can't you just let a brother live? Why do you keep wanting more from me? Gosh, you suck for liking my stuff so much. What do you mean? You want more? You like my stuff? God, man, I feel so much pressure. Gosh. You guys suck. Yeah, so basically that's what it comes down to. Wah wah, don't pressure me. Don't crowd me. Oh, God. Some of the trending stuff. American People is trending. Okay, anyway. Okay. Moving on. That's about it for today. I had a good time. Hope you all did. Hope you all had fun. Did you have fun? I had fun. It's fun. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm going to do, as of now, I'm going to stream next Monday. So, what date is that? 23rd. So, Christmas Eve. The Christmas Eve stream, live. I'll probably do it around the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, God's time, for all you heathens out there. But it's not going to be no 3-hour stream like it was today, but I had a lot of stories I found that I wanted to talk about, I wanted to go over. Some of these I will make long-form videos over. I didn't talk about Rachel Zegler was in a movie called Y2K that just freaking flopped. Again, I mean, shocker. The girl has never been in anything that's successful. I want to see if I can find any numbers for this. Y2K 2024 film. From A24. Ugh, wow, A24 can't. A24 has been making some stupid movies lately. They're coming out with one called How to Kill a Unicorn or something like that. I don't even remember. And it's got Paul Rudd and freaking Jenna Ortega is vaping through all of it, and she looks like she's just let's just say she should be in a rehab facility. Like, I know it. I'm not talking about her as a person. I'm talking about her character. And Will, whatever the hell his name is, that plays Adam Warlock in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and a couple other stars in it, but it looks so effing stupid. Y2K, by the way, modest $15 million budget. That's what A24 is known for. It's made $3.8 million. A quarter of its budget, I'd say. Right? Quarter? Am I doing... Is the mathing? Oh, wait. Less than that. Less than a quarter. Ish. I'll be generous and say by the time it's done, it's going to make a quarter of the budget. Plus, I don't know if there was any advertising for this at all. I've seen nothing. I don't even know what it's about. But it's got Jaden Martell in it, who played young Bill in the new It movies. Rachel Zegler's in it. Julian Dennison, who's the New Zealand actor from the kid from the Deadpool movies, and he's going to be the race swapped fish legs in the new How to Train Your Dragon. Lachlan Watson, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Okay, who's in? Yeah, she's gender fluid. Good grief. Yeah, it's Mason Gooding, who's he's a son of Cuba Gooding Jr. Fred Durst from Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit's in it. Alicia Silverstone, cool. Jonah Hill is one of the producers. Yuck, man. Bad, bad, bad. Yeah, so that bombed, and couldn't be happier for Rachel Zegler. Couldn't happen to a nicer broad. But anyway, we're wrapping up right at the 3-hour mark. If all of you could, please subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. All of my socials and whatnot are around in the border, you'll see. So, follow all that. I'm on X, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Gab Social, I'm on Truth Social, I'm on Getter, I'm on Blue Sky. Am I forgetting one? I want to see. Yeah, Getter, Gab, Truth, Blue Sky, Instagram, X, Facebook. Okay, yeah, that's all of them. Follow me on there. Follow me on Rumble. Join the channel. Subscribe. And on YouTube and all that. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you all. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all that. And I will see you on Christmas Eve on Monday.